Yes, I think if we do this for long enough, maybe we'll get Liam to bang out a tune for us. But,
yeah, something fun. But to be fair, that works, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's just the standard one I use for my own streams.
It's very communal, isn't it?
But there we go. So yeah, what do you think of the Lego version of you, the updated version, Lego version of you that I did?
It's funny. I like how it's kept my the PSG top I was wearing.
Yeah, it's got the jump man in the other corner as well, and I had your tattoos. I'll have to show you this though, because every time I fed it into the, I'm leaving it on the screen. I know there's people in the chat, but I'll get to you guys in a sec. I just want to leave this up while I'm referencing it, but where's it gone? Let me send you this picture. I don't know. The AI was going bananas. I'll send you this picture in WhatsApp, and then I'll show it on. You might not be able to see if you're using your phone, but I'll show it up on the screen in a sec. So anyway, that's the new picture we did. Obviously, as you can see, it's a Cool Hand Saucepan. We are back, episode 3 of Cool Hand Saucepan. It's been a while, but I think the last one we did was before Christmas. The last one we did was before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think, to be fair, it's probably my fault, because I haven't really been building that much the last few months. And
yeah, same. Obviously, I've been building and doing my daily streams, but trying to get together to do something is quite tough. But also, we're here to celebrate 700. So it's a 700 subscriber celebration stream, and obviously, as you can see, Nimble is going to be building the Battle on Felucia Separatist MTT. And I'm going to be building a mystery set, which has been polled and voted on by our members. All 57 of our members have had the opportunity to vote out of 4 sets, which I'll show you guys in a sec, and we'll find out which one was the winner. And that is going to be the set that I'll be building tonight. So so what I'll do is I'll leave the poll up for now while we have a bit of a chit chat and a catch up. So you guys have got the opportunity, if you're watching, to go across, if you're a member, of course, to go across to the members section of this YouTube channel. Sorry, Cool Hand Luke's YouTube channel, because this is streaming to 2 channels. And go to the members section, scroll down, find the poll, and there's 4 Star Wars Lego sets to choose from. You can pick one, and obviously I will be building that one on the stream. So far there is a winner, but it's not too late for you guys to go and get your vote. If you're not a member, consider becoming a member. Not only will we give you a shout out and applause and congratulate you and thank you, but then you'll have a chance to do the vote, also put vote in the poll. But you'd have to be quick, because I'm going to be closing it here on the stream very soon, and we'll have a live update on what the set's going to be. And for anybody just tuning in now, this is Cool Hand Saucepan, and this is day 110 of me streaming every day.
Bloody hell. When you think, like, subscribers, that's nearly a third of a year. That's gone so bloody quick, isn't it?
110 days back to back of streaming until we hit 1,000. So if you're watching and you're not ready to subscribe to the channel, please go and subscribe. It will help me out. It will get me to that goal quicker. And obviously I can build the set. I'm actually building a set, 1 piece for every new subscriber. We've had weeks where we've added 10 pieces. We've had weeks where we've added 80 pieces. So it's been up and down, but it's been a ride and it's been enjoyable. So every Wednesday you can tune into my daily stream and see me add more pieces to the set, depending on how many new subscribers. In fact, for the first time in a long time, I actually lost some subscribers.
Oh no!
Here, I finished the stream yesterday on 777, and when I checked before I went live today, it was 774. So 3 people have had a guts full of all these daily streams. But there we go. It is what it is. But no, I got to show you guys this. This is what we're trying to generate. For some reason, it just couldn't register that you had. I don't know how it knew what tattoo you had on the outside and the inside of your arm, and it was trying to give you 3 arms. And even when I asked it to remove one of the arms, and it basically kept everything the same but gave you sleeves, so you couldn't see the tattoos.
It's like I'm wearing pajamas in that. They've just automatically assumed I'm wearing red trousers as well.
Yeah. So this is what would happen if Nimble's mum and dad were brother and sister, basically.
If I was from Bristol.
Or if he was from Bristol, yeah. So I don't know. Do you want to call out the chat, mate? Since can you see it? Can you see it now? Or
Should we give it a practice run here? I mean, I can see the comments from earlier. What can I see? I can see Lee and Brick the Bed left us a nice early comment earlier. Hells yeah, boys. And Papa Rex as well. Fantastic that they're both in Chicago. Hope they're having a brilliant time. Two, legends of the show, two staples. We wouldn't be who we are without them. So appreciate them, even while they're out on their holidays. They got the time to leave some comments for the boys. Lego Team B as well. Beautiful that they've left a comment. I believe that they're at Brickworld. I mean, they normally are, aren't they?
I don't know whether they went this year. I gotta be honest. Guys, let us know. I don't know whether it's both of you or, but let me know if you're out there in Brickworld this year. Let us know, because I haven't heard from you for a while. But let us know. And of course, Lego Team B, you'll enjoy tomorrow's show. I don't know whether you guys, I don't think you guys are members of the channel, but tomorrow's show, I can't give it away because we've done a members only exclusive first look at the thumbnail for tomorrow, which we've started doing to give people an early idea of what we're going to be talking about on the show. Sometimes only about 24 hours before I actually post it. Other times, a day, a couple of days before, depending on what I've got time for. But you'd be interested in tomorrow's show, and you're one of the few people in the world who will have be able to have some input. What I will say is that there are some people calling in live from an undisclosed location during the show. That's all I'll say.
Let's just say it sounds like it's going to be a cracker. So yeah, Lego Team B, thank you for being out there. We appreciate it. We've also got Tekla Sanchez, if I'm reading it right. Yo, what's popping? I'm guessing. I'm not down with the kids, you see. And WSP, I'm going to guess what's popping. But thank you very much for tuning in. Do y'all have the World Cup album? If you mean the World Cup Lego set, I do indeed, but it's in the loft at the moment. And the loft is out of bounds on the evenings because the ladders are above my son's bedroom and he's fast asleep. It ain't worth the risk of waking him up.
Is he a light sleeper then? Not like my daughter. She sleeps like an absolute stone. You can't wake her up for love nor money.
He's a deep sleeper, but once he's awake, he's awake. So,
yeah. I was so lucky with mine. Not only does she sleep like a log, she's like that now as well. You can't wake her up. And even when she does wake up, like I've gone into a room just to, turn a night light off or turn a light off in her bedroom in the past. And I might have accidentally woken her up, not very often, because like I said, she sleeps like a stone. But even then, she'll just straight back to sleep.
Yeah,
so she's like me like that. I sleep really heavy. So
it's probably like the best thing when kids are little, in it, that they sleep. I mean, there's nothing I'd swap it for. Honestly, it makes such a big difference. But yeah, Tekla, thanks for being out there, as well as Sayori Mendez Villa. Cracking name, by the way. I hope I haven't butchered it. But yeah, hello. Thank you for being out there, joining us. If you haven't already, please drop us both a sub. Both got different targets for the year. Corhan's absolutely flying, whereas I'm chugging along with a few saggy tyres at the moment. But, we're working. So, yeah, thanks for being here with us. Muttley, the man, the myth, the legend. Good evening, lads. Hope you're all having a great weekend. And I am. Me and Muttley have been speaking today. I've both been grafting. It's nice to work on a Saturday when you know you're not working on the Sunday as well. So yeah, I've got a nice weekend ahead, and cool, hand. It's Father's Day tomorrow, isn't it? So special day. But yeah, Muttley, as always, thank you for being here. Lego Team B is live. They're with us 6 a.m. Sunday. Now that is dedication. Tuning in to a live stream at 6 o'clock. I must admit, I'm guilty of that myself sometimes. On a Saturday morning when I'm getting up for work, usually Hive's rant streams are on at that time, so I'm able to check in, but I'm down with the sickness.
Wait, are they saying, nope, we're live, boys? Does that mean that they're currently streaming?
I think it means that they're live. They're just with us.
Right.
Not just in spirit, they're with us in the chat.
Oh, okay, good. Come and check us out tomorrow.
Who else we got out there? We got the queen of the Cool Hand Gang, Sarah. Thank you as always for being here. Hope you're having a lovely weekend, Sarah, and the weather's not doing your head in too much. I've got to admit, it's getting on me tits a bit today, and it's not even that bad yet. We're due to have a bit of a scorcher, aren't we, next week, Mark?
Apparently. I mean, we were supposed to have had it this week as well, but it never happened. So
yeah, fingers crossed for some rain. I need to move to Wales, to be fair. I'd love it. Or Scotland. It's even better. It's always pissing it down there, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm annoyed because I started painting my fence. We bought paint for it last year, and we gave it managed to do half the fence with one coat, and then we had really bad rain, and then every other time, so I had to it took me like a day between me and my dad actually helped me with a little bit of it, a day to do like half the fence between us, and then I did one side, he did the other side, but we only both got halfway down the garden. And I painted the shed, but I gave that 2 coats because I needed to move it into, he was getting boxed into a corner between the wall and the corner of the fence.
Oh yeah. So, he didn't take offense, did he?
No. But so I had to give the shed 2 coats, and I gave the fencing around where the shed was going to be 2 coats, because obviously I put the shed down the side of the house. So that I did, but the rest we only managed to do I'd say about 70%, 60-70% of the fence between us. And then we had the next day I was going to go out and finish it. I had really bad weather, and I was like, oh, great. And then the only time I had off then was Brick World and then a couple of other things. But every time we had nice weather, I was either in work or I already had plans. I was somewhere else. Whenever I had a day off or some time off, it was either pissing down or it looked like it was going to rain, so I couldn't do it. So I ended up going through. It was just so frustrating because you look out in your garden, and all you can see basically is a half painted fence. It looks worse than a not painted fence. But I planned some time this year to get it done. So again, as soon as we've had some good weather and it's dry, great. This week I had off. Get out there. So I was out there. What day was it?
Monday? Rain this week, isn't it?
Well, there was was this Monday? No, it was Saturday. No, it couldn't be Saturday because mine was over. It was one day earlier in the week. I think it might have been Monday. Yeah, it must be Monday. We had really nice weather. So I was like, great. Went out there. But of course, we had only given it 1 coat. And then obviously we've had a year's worth of bad weather and cold weather or whatever. That coat had basically started to strip off. So I thought, well, there's no point me going around and painting the bits around if the same thing might happen again. So I'll go over and just recoat everything. So I basically went over everything that I'd already painted, but not all of it, just the bits where water settled or whatever. So that's as much as I got done. And then the weather started raining again. I was like, and it's been bad all week, so I haven't gone anywhere. So
you want to get a sprayer.
Oh mate, yeah. The thing is, the paint costs us so much money, but it's like an oil-based type paint. It's like jelly. I'm not sure if I've ever used anything like that before. It's the first, my dad's obviously done loads of work over his time, and he's like, I've never used a paint like this before because it's not like your typical paint.
Yeah.
So you've got to brush on with a certain type of brush. The brush head is thick like that, so you've got to work it in because it's wood fence, and we want to be able to see the grain through it. So we don't want to just flat out paint over it, and then obviously over time it chips off. This doesn't. This doesn't. It kind of silvers. You can see the grain through it, so you can still see it's wood. It lasts a lot longer than normal paint, but it doesn't chip or anything. It'll slowly fade, and every year you're supposed to like top it up a little bit. But it lasts longer than just, you know, obviously I could have gone out and flat out painted. Probably would have cost me a little bit less and been a bit quicker. But, you know, just we didn't like the idea of it just being a block color. We wanted to be able to still see, you know, that it was wood and give it that nice finish. So it's like an earthy gray. It does actually look nice. The bits that are painted do look really nice, and it looks clean, looks nice. Like in comparison to, like, I can see the shed of the people next door, or not next door, back to back with us, and they've just painted theirs a similar color, but it don't look as good. It just looks like, I don't know, like you've, you know what
this just reminds me of. Did you ever watch The Royal Family, the TV show?
Yeah.
In one of the episodes, they start stripping the wallpaper off, and then in the next episode, you see there's just like half of a wall done, and it remains like that way for like the rest of the show. It's like your fence, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah. So frustrating, but also like it's not just plain fence. I don't know what you call it. It's like leaf. Is it leaf and something? I don't know. But where the panels overlap each other slightly. But because this side, so we're like semi-detached, so that side of the fence is completely different to this side of the fence. So this side, the back is on their side, so it's just panels, which is easy to paint. It takes like 2 minutes to paint the panel. But this side, you've got like all the struts going across and all the indents and stuff. So trying to get in there with the paintbrush and that is like a nightmare. But anyway, it's just been a nightmare because now it's frustrating because like this time at least I've still got the rest of the summer to try and finish it, but it's such a nightmare trying to clean out the brushes because again you can't just wash it off. It's a nightmare to clean out the brushes, clean out the paint tray, and I don't want to have to, because he said, "Oh, just work your way through it," and I was like, "Well, it's not like I can come home and paint for a couple of hours in the evening. Like I could, but then it means I got to go through that whole process of cleaning out the brushes and all the rest of it every single night." And it's a lot of
Well, you don't have to clean out the brushes. Can't you just leave them in the paint tin?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not that type. It's not that type of paint. You've got to. If you leave it on there, it'll just harden, and the brush will have to go in a bin.
Right.
It's a weird type of paint. It's like when you're mixing it, it's like jelly. It's like jelly and blancmange. It's like not like normal paint. Not like any paint I've ever seen. My dad said the same thing. But it's designed specifically for fence, and it was expensive. But we bought like 3 big drums of it like that. But anyway, long story short, I don't think it would go in a paint machine because it's the wrong thickness. But
right.
But yeah, you've got to work it in as well, so you can't just spray it on the top. It just drip back off. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of regret it now, to be honest with you. But there you go. When it's done, it'll look good. But like obviously, it's just getting in it. So anyway, let's catch up with some comments because I fell behind a little bit there. Got a bit carried away. Oh, there you go. So yes, so Team B, they're live with us.
That is lovely.
So we've got Papa Rex is in the house. How are you enjoying Brick World, Papa Rex? Hopefully everybody's out there.
Have you met up with all the boys yet, Papa?
You both sound pumped for Father's Day. Yeah, well, actually, my daughter's not with me. She's on holiday at the moment in Kos, in Greece, so I won't be seeing her. But last year, her and Kurt, she bought me a T-shirt to wear on Father's Day when I was out there, and basically, I completely forgot that I even had it because I took so many T-shirts with me, and I didn't really need that many, and I ended up buying a couple out there as well when we were in Brick World. So I didn't end up even wearing it for Father's Day. I completely forgot about it. So, yeah. Well, I didn't actually know it was a T-shirt. They gave me a package and said, open this on Father's Day, and I forgot to, basically. And when I did remember it, it was in the evening. So I opened it, and it was like, oh, it's a T-shirt. Whoops, I should have worn this today. So obviously, we did our stream from Brick World on the live stage, and I think they were expecting me to be wearing it. It wasn't, so I felt a bit bad for that, but there you go. But no, I am generally quite happy about Father's Day, but like you said, if I'm not going anywhere, doing anything, or celebrating with Maya, it's kind of like, it's just another day, really, isn't it? So
yeah.
Sarah saying it's been lovely here. Breeze coming off the sea. I've been catching up on the annoying little jobs I procrastinated on. Yeah, same, Sarah. I've done the same thing because I couldn't do the fence. I was catching up with stuff indoors instead. So a couple of little jobs here and there that needed doing. So it's always good to do that stuff as well, I guess. Joel's out there. We're doing Joel.
All right, Joel.
Everybody's saying hello to each other. Love to see it. Hey, Joel, good to see you, brother. So when I just got to ask this question, when Team B are on, because it's both of them, because it's Chris and Justine, I never know which of them it is. Is it both? Are you always both there, or I know you already said we are here live and in person or whatever, but I don't know whether it is actually physically both of you. But we don't bother painting fences here with the strong winds we get. There's no making them last for more than 3-4 years. Yeah, well, actually, my fence on the left blew down earlier in the year, and I had to have it some new pillars put in and cemented. The way it works on our housing estate, there's like an agreement, because it's under like a contractual type thing, because the housing estate's only like 10 years old, so it's still under this contractual type thing that you can do certain things. Like most of them lifted after that. Like you can't make any changes to your front garden, but that was in the first 5 years, so that's obviously out of date now. And there's certain things you can and can't do, and you pay like a fee as well to like people, and they come around and like landscape all like because it's obviously all like landscape in the front of the houses, like in the communal areas, like bushes and flowers and trees and stuff. So they come and they keep all that looking tidy, so the housing estate looks nice. But one of the agreements is that if the left side of your fence gets damaged, it's your responsibility. If the right side gets damaged or anything happens to it, it's the neighbour's responsibility.
That's the general rule of thumb here in England. The left side is your fence, and the right side your neighbour's. Obviously, it's
really? I'd never heard of that before.
Stone, but
I don't think I've ever had a garden with a fence. Most of my gardens have always had walls. So, but yeah, I didn't know that. The annoying part is that most of our fence faces the back area, so it's either the side I'm responsible for or the back, which obviously I'm responsible for. But so yeah, it just seems to be that that side seems to be the weakest for whatever reason. But and then obviously we got a car park out the back, so this housing estate has off road parking for every house, so there's no like cars parked not supposed to be any cars parked in the streets. That's the way they wanted it, so it looks nicer, so you walk out and you're not seeing like cars parked up on pavements and stuff, although most people ignore that anyway, or a lot of people ignore it, or they're too lazy to go and park in a car park. But yeah, so the back is the car park and the front is like communal areas. So well, yeah, but we are quite near the sea as well, but because it's all enclosed, we're protected from the wind, thankfully, so it's a bit of a wind trap here. So Nimble, that's my entire house. I've only finished one room. Yeah.
It's hard to get motivated to do stuff at your own house, isn't it? Because you get home after working, or if you're working at home, etc. How hard is it after a full day's work to think, right, I'm going to be productive in my own house now, when I could just sit on the sofa? I get it.
How do you call? I'm not sure what you mean there by that, Stephanie. You might have to clarify that.
Don't forget to like and sub, Steph.
Yeah, we'll throw these up, even though they're not as relevant to this channel or this stream. But make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. And like the stream. Wait, I can hear myself. Are you playing YouTube?
No.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, like the stream. Oh, it's gone now. I could hear myself then for a sec. Back to the comments. So yeah, let us know, Stephanie, what you're talking about. Force Bricks is out there. What's up, guys? What's up, Force Bricks?
Force Bricks. Good to see you in the house, buddy.
So Paparex is saying it's wild. Well, I've been looking out on all the pictures that people have been posting to see if I can guess which of them is Paparex, because obviously I don't know what he looks like.
We haven't done a face reveal yet, have we?
No.
Or like, we ain't seen live in the flesh.
I was hoping to get Paparex on for a face reveal before he went to Brick World, so we could pop another cherry. But
a lot of people pop their cherry on the Cool Hang show.
Oh yeah, I'd seen there was an update to the Bricklink Designer program. It's not really my bag, but if Nimble wants to talk about it and we got time after this, we will. Just checked out new Bricklink Space Monorail. Wow. There's been a few. There was an update on the weekend as well, wasn't there? I saw it all over social media. Been awesome hanging out with Whittaky, Liam, Amy, and so many others. So many late nights, but worth it. Oh, amazing! Glad you're having a
brilliant, mate.
Having a good time. Yeah, the late nights are killers, but yeah, if it's worth it to have those laughs, those good times. But yeah, still trying to work out. I'm looking and thinking, I wonder if that's Paparex. This guy's been in a couple of photos now, and he's the only person I don't recognize. So I wonder if that's him. But
have you heard of Whittaky, Mark?
No, not really.
I texted him, but he ain't replied. But he's not very good at replying to messages anyway. To be fair to him, is he?
Yeah, well, I get the having a good time and stuff, but I had a video call off him,
right?
And I was I can't remember where I was in the middle of doing something when he video called, so I couldn't really answer anyway.
Yeah.
Or I was going to be answering to say, let me call you back or whatever. So the first chance I got, which was like, I don't know, 10 minutes later, I messaged him and said, everything good. I'm like busy at the moment, but I can, is everything all right? And he just thumbs up it. That's it. So he didn't tell me why he was calling, what he wanted, anything. So I was just like, oh, fair enough. But
as long as he's safe.
So yeah, well, that's it. It looks like he's having a good time from the photos I've seen and stuff. So that's the main thing. But no, I've sent a message out to Ken, Liam, and Whittaky to say, like, are you guys okay to still do a bit of a call in from Brickworld tomorrow, so that I know to put you on the thumbnail?
Yeah.
And Whittaky and Liam were both like, yeah, I can do. Didn't hear anything from Ken, but I chucked him on there anyway, and just because he did say he was going to try when he was out there. But I know obviously circumstances are where they are. I'm obviously, I don't want to promise that they're going to be on the whole show and it's going to be like a proper full show with them on as well, because I know they're going to get sidetracked. And not only that, but it's going to be quite frustrating if we're trying to do like the show and then they're there live from wherever they are on different phones or shaky hand cam or whatever it is they've got set up. Yeah. And then people are jumping in the background and shouting stuff and all the rest of it. It's like, if you're going to do that, just stream yourself from there.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then obviously I can understand people will be interested in seeing that probably more than what we have if they're into that kind of thing. But if people are just going to be on, it's like, yeah, so-and-so coming out, yeah, so-and-so, oh, look at that. Because it's just going to be like, you can't orchestrate that then, can you? And it's like, so I haven't so the content is going to be quite loose. Obviously I won't say what it is, but the content is going to be generally quite loose. But I think unless they can sit somewhere and lock in properly to the show, and then yes, if they want to go on a tour of the show when we're like, right, this is a segment where one of you is going to walk off or whatever, but get like behind a laptop, the three of you, perhaps that's why I asked Ken if he could try and sort something, get behind a laptop and lock in.
To be fair, I bet Whittaky will want to lock in because he don't like missing out, does he, on the show? Like,
yeah, but what I'm saying is that if they can do that, it's understandable, because I wouldn't want to commit to something when I'm out there having a good time. So it's kind of like me saying, if you don't want to, don't feel bad about it. I can understand. I'd probably be the same. Like, don't feel obliged to, but also don't do it and half-ass it. Like Liam the other day when he tuned into the show, but he was out and about, and it was like, yeah, but obviously we're asking for your opinion on sets and stuff, and it's just like, oh yeah, right. It's like, yeah, I can't deal with it because there's too much going on, and it's a bit like people can't follow it then, or we can't follow it at least. Even if it's enjoyable to watch, it's not fun
I'm with you.
To be a part of, So so I understand both ways, but it's like essentially what I'm trying to say without being rude is, if you're doing it, do it properly. But if you don't want to do it, no problem. We won't think any less of you because you're out there, and that's your main priority. So
100%.
So we go 50-50 generally. We just slide panels in and out the pillars. Yeah. But I know what you mean. Yeah. I'm not going to keep talking about fences. Just started building the Speed Champions Lightning McQueen set since it's the 20th anniversary of the first movie. Watched it this afternoon. Jesus,
Is that Force Bricks? Yeah, I saw his Instagram stories earlier. But yeah, I couldn't believe it either. 20 years is nuts. I can't remember growing up with Lightning McQueen.
Fucking hell, showing your age, I mean.
Yeah.
You absolutely fucking...
I'll be 30 next year, which is a bit quite scary for me.
I got a photo of Papa Rex. He just sent me one.
No.
This isn't... I think this is... Actually, is this the guy that I thought it might have been? I'm not actually sure. Yeah, I think it is. Do you want to see what Papa Rex is? Are we allowed to show it on stream, Papa Rex, or no? I mean, if you've seen content...
Oh, no, he sent it me as well, to be fair.
Yeah, let us know. I'm not gonna out you like this without...
That's a cracking photo, mate.
It is a good photo.
Love
and I can tell where they are as well, because I think, yeah, they're in the lobby. They look like they're in the lobby of the Rennie.
Papa Rex, if you're still listening, that photo, it just sums you up. So whenever you're in the chat, you're always putting funny comments and laughing, and you just look like a really happy dude. So yeah, great photo, mate.
Side note, this set has so many stickers. Oh, that's nice.
I think all Speed Champions do, though. I think it's just a thing with Speed Champions, but I think you got to sort not expect it, but you have got to sort of expect it with Speed Champions, unfortunately. So I don't really like them.
Vanessa is saying,
like the stream and subscribe, yeah?
Yeah. If you guys are watching out there, make sure you like the stream. Like, why wouldn't you? It doesn't cost anything. It's also completely free to subscribe. So blow us a kiss back. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.
Are we actually never closer to your set reveal?
Yeah, I'm going to do that next. I just want to catch up with the chat. It's like blowing off here. I can't keep up with it. Of course, we start like a 20-minute conversation after every comment. So that's why I made sure I chose small ones, because I knew if I did a set like yours, it would take me about 12 hours.
Yeah.
I sent you boys a pic on Insta. You can show it if you want, but you have to guess which one is me. Okay, then, guys. You guys get to guess. There's two people in this picture I'm about to show. So everybody else who's watching, apart from obviously Papa Rex. Now these two guys, both very handsome guys, but one of them is Papa Rex. The other one is just some random nobody. So let's see if you can guess which is which. So who is Papa Rex? Which one is Papa Rex? And which one is just a random nobody? Who's got an amazing t-shirt, though, to be fair. I'm a fucking horrible bastard, aren't I? I was a bully in school, you can tell, can't you? Oh, there you go. Good day, Corba. Liam's out there. How do you, mate? Hopefully you heard the conversation that we just had about you. Well, not directly about you, but about the plan for tomorrow, the loose plan for tomorrow. So we call him Sexy Rexy here. Nice.
That's class. That'll stick, that will.
This is what I like to see. Liam, where you at? So they're both in the chat, but they're not with each other. So they're just both somewhere at the Rennie or wherever it is they are. So look, obviously Papa Rex is quite like my imagination of people when they're watching the stream is they just sat on their phone somewhere watching it. But in this case, I feel like they're walking around and they're just kind of got it loosely on, maybe got a headphone in. The fact that there's people who are out there in Brickworld, and in this case, two of them first time at Brickworld. And I'm not saying they're locked in, because I would never expect that in a million years, but they're at Brickworld, but they're still regularly commenting and interacting in the chat. That says something about this show, because, well, not even this show, because obviously nobody even really knew we were doing it, but
it says something about, the show, and it says something about the guys as well.
Mm.
Like they're just absolute legends and fully committed to the cause. So it don't go unnoticed, lads.
For Speed Champions, yeah, I don't own a Speed Champions, but I do want to get that. I was going to call it the Mandalorian. I do want to get the DeLorean at some point because that is a fantastic looking build with such a small, cheap build. It's like, I think I've seen it on Amazon for like 19 quid. Fucking, that's fantastic for that. Such a class build, great looking set based on an awesome movie, great franchise, and 2 great minifigs in there as well. Can't get better than that. I mean, it came out at 22. 22 is a pretty good price. So I'm having a break. I'm having a break by the food truck. Oh, don't tell me you're eating food from that food truck. Fucking hell. All the boys were there. I think it was like Sean, Fritz, Tyler. There was a bunch of guys, and we were going to go and get some food. And they were like, oh, I think they said, or they were eating, no, that said, they were eating food from the food truck. I was like, where'd you get that from? Oh, food trucks. They're just out there. I was like, oh, okay. So we went and checked it out. Me and Slurpee went out there and we paid like $15 for like 2 little tacos all this big, and brought it back to hang out with those guys, and they were just kind of finishing up, and we were like, this is it, like that's got to be the most disappointing food. So I think we finished eating it and we were like, that's the crappiest food ever. And everybody else was like, oh, where'd you get food from? And I was like, the food trucks, but don't go there. Complete rip off, shit food. So me and Slurpee literally went straight from eating our food from the food truck to somewhere else to go and buy some food because it was just so disappointing. But yeah, one of the of Brickworld, I would say. There wasn't many, I'll be honest. But when it comes to
I think all convention food trucks, anywhere you go, are pretty naff, aren't they? And the problem is they can charge so much because they can just get away with it because they're there and it's convenient.
I know, but that's like to me, that's the people complaining about Lego prices, they release prices, and then they're in the queue to go and buy them on release day. But don't fucking eat there, and then they'll either have to go and be replaced by somebody better, or improve, or bring the price down. So I felt bad that I'd fed the beast. So anyway, that's the food trucks. Mohammed is saying hello. Hello, Mohammed. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Mohammed. Welcome in, buddy.
Oh, nice to put a face to your name, Papa Rex. Nobody had a guess which one he was. Didn't the right one appear on your channel like a year ago? He looks very familiar. I don't know. I feel like I've seen his face before, but I don't know. He's got a kind of a forgettable face, so I'm not sure. Where are the food trucks, Liam?
I think I've seen him in a black and white movie.
So when you get all the way down to where the convention hall is, Papa Rex, and you know where the staircase is, and then you go round the staircase to go into the convention hall, the main entrance to the convention hall. Before you go down that alleyway that kind of goes on a slight down slope where the staircase is, turn left, and there's a hallway that goes down, all the way down. Follow that one all the way down to the end, out the door, and it's across the car park there. They're assuming they're parked in the same place they were last year. It was across the car park there they were parked. There was only like 3 of them. So yeah, sniff harder, Papa Rex. That's where they were last year, roughly. So that helps. Liam saying big love to the cool gang. So he's not letting you know where he is, but he's making sure he's still commenting. Top man. And getting the DeLorean Speed Champion C set later this year in September in London. Ooh, oh yeah, he's coming to London in September.
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, because Forsbricks is straight out of Deutschland, isn't he? So
German, isn't he?
That's right.
Forsbricks, are you a football fan?
Are Germany even in the World Cup?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, YouTube. Let's see how this poll is going, guys, so I can start busting open the set. Just want to check my. Oh, right. So I can see that picture you sent me again, Papa Rex, with Liam and some other random guy, and I genuinely don't know who this random guy is either. So.
I didn't know who that other guy was either. I'm not as in the know, to be fair.
Yeah, it was while ACOB were doing one of their shows by the looks of it. I need to go on YouTube and find some, see what content's out there.
But while we're on the topic of YouTube, if you are a member of the channel, Cool Hands channel, a sneak preview for a new video I just dropped is out there for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to try and be a bit more active with YouTube videos. I mean, it's tough to find time for it, but I'm sort of now finding like a video sort of style and format which suits the time I can put in. So yeah, I want to try and do more, and when I do more, it will be available on Cool Hands channel first. So yeah, if you see it and you're able to drop it a like, leave it some love.
Well, we'll see it now live, because I'm gonna. Oh wow, I've lost another subscriber during this stream. It's just starting to slowly flitter away. All the work I've done is starting to disappear. I don't know why it is. It's weird.
I keep fluctuating. I'll go through a spell where I gain a few, and then within like a couple of days I lose a few, and it's like, oh, it's so frustrating.
Force Bricks is saying the poll isn't on the stream I'm on. Yeah, you've got to be a member, so it's a members only poll. Liam, if you want to know what Nimble's building, you've got to check the description. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. Used to be what?
Football fan, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
Fair dues. Something must have happened. Right. Can't be a Bayern Munich fan.
I got to be careful what I show on here, because obviously some of this stuff is exclusive to members. So obviously if I show it on the live stream, then everyone will have seen it and it kind of defeats the object. So let me just find what I'm looking for. Excuse me. All right, that's a sneak peek of that. So that we can do and that we can do. So all right, let me share screen from there. All right, guys, about to show you what we're talking about. Don't need any audio from there. There you go. So as you can see, this was the video that Nimble was talking about. So Nimble's created this. So this is his thumbnail, and obviously I've just put member sneak peek for the channel. Yeah. So you guys can get an idea there. I'll read out what I've put. So members only sneak peek. Amazing new video from the legend Nimble Saucepan, due for release next week. But right here, for you guys to take an early exclusive look. Now this isn't just a clip, because obviously, you know, this isn't a sneak peek of the thumbnail. This is a sneak peek of the actual video, and not even a sneak peek, it's the full video, but you guys get an early exclusive look at it. It's not being released till early next week or mid next week, so we've got a few days to check this out before the rest of the world. So you get an exclusive look. Make sure to show some support, like, comment, and if you haven't already, drop a sub whilst you are there. So you can see there, Nimble Saucepan. Obviously there's Nimble giving you a salute, and then his original logo there. I haven't had a chance to trim the new one, but so there we go. So there's a sneak peek. We've got 5 likes and a comment on there. The comment coming from Nimble. So okay. So there you go, guys. So that is that. Oh crap! How do I get rid of that comment? Oh, I gotta go back away. Oh, that's stupid, isn't it?
I tried to set myself a target of, and this was, I think, when I was on about 150 subs, maybe a couple months ago. I thought, right, I just want to get to 250 by the end of the year, and I would have been pretty chuffed. I'm literally not that far away. I think I'm like 6 subs away, so I'll be pretty chuffed with that. So I need to try and maybe set myself a new target, so maybe 300 by the end of the year.
No, that's good, mate. Yeah, keep it going. So yeah, guys, so if you're members, go to the members tab on your phone or your laptop or whatever you're using. Go down to here. The link is right here. You click on this link. It'll take you to Nimble's channel. Before you do anything else, make sure you subscribe. Like the content. Well, you can wait till you've watched it if you're that kind of person. But yeah, you guys, what you'll be watching there is a brand new video. Exclusive to our members, and yeah, check it out, show us some love, and you get to see the full video. And it is privated, so nobody else will, apart from other members, will be able to watch it just yet. In fact, I haven't even finished watching it myself. I started it, and I thought, well, I'll watch it just before the stream, and totally forgot. So anyway, we also put this up. There's other things on here, but I'm not going to show you everything because some of it's obviously exclusive to our members. And just bear in mind, guys, for those of you probably thinking, shouting at your screen right now and going, oh, that's a bit annoying. It's only for members. Ugh, members only. But, you know, it's important to note that we did say when we launched our memberships that we were only ever going to do things for members that we'd never done before. So we haven't affected the integrity of the show, the channel, and everything we used to offer to you guys. What we don't want to do like Lego and unlock things behind a paywall that used to be part of just the experience of watching the show and watching the channel. We're not doing that. So this is something we never would have done before, dropping links to a new video, sneak peeks of new videos. So, you know, it should be an add-on experience. You should get the normal experience like we've always had from day one, and then the add-on experience, which is part of being a member. So I want members to not to feel as if we've now got to pay for something we used to get for free, like Netflix and Prime, where they now want to charge you to not have adverts when you want to watch a movie or a TV show, whereas you never used to pay for that before. I don't agree with that. I think it's morally wrong. So everything you get, and tell me if I'm wrong, keep me in check, and I will make it. If I've made a mistake and you know something like that has happened, I don't think so, because the guys are keeping me in check as well. But so these are things we wouldn't have done before. I never would have put a poll out before on what sets to build on the celebration stream. So I think I don't even think I ever did polls on my YouTube channel. But so these are something new that I'm doing for the celebration. So yeah, this is an exclusive experience. It should be like anything else where you pay more. You pay to get more, not pay to get something that used to be free. But getting rid of that spiel. So members only poll recently hit 700 subscribers, and as I told you guys when we started at 311 subscribers, we were going to celebrate and do a celebration stream every time we hit 100 threshold. This is the 700 one. The challenge streaming every day to be 1,000. It continues on, but which set should I build? So we've had, doesn't say how many people have voted. Oh, sorry, 8 votes. So we've had looks like 1 for the Jedi Bob Starfighter.
I didn't see this. I would have voted.
It was not too late, mate. I haven't closed it yet. There's 2 votes in there for the Tantive for MIDI scale or Starship Collection. Most of the votes there look like they've gone. So that would be.
To be fair, if I was voting, I'd vote Jedi Bob Starfighter. But the Droidica is probably the best set here.
5 votes for the Droidica, nothing for the Death Star run diorama. The other thing I've been keen to do as well, guys, when I've been doing this, is to make sure that every time I do one of these polls, it's 4 different sets. Because otherwise, if I take in the 3 sets that didn't get voted for last time and then just added one, it kind of seems like a bit of a cop-out then. It should be 4 new to pick from to make it more, I don't know. I probably think too much about this stuff, but my brain works overtime behind the scenes. But I want to make things, well, the guys will tell you, I like things to be just right. And sometimes to a fault. Sometimes it can make me a bit anal, but I'm just always conscious of the entertainment value or the interactive value and yeah, sometimes it can make me quite annoying, but I want to do it right, and of course seeing you guys engage with this and give the votes is fantastic to see, so I really appreciate that. So and of course this was a sneak peek for the members of tonight's show, which of course is now live, so you guys, everybody can see this now. What's he going to be building there? What am I going to be building? Who knows? and then of course another wave from Nimble. So there we go. And if I was to scroll up, there's actually more sneak peeks and then other things for you guys to get involved with. So, you know, the membership thing is there. And of course, we're only a month in, less than a month in. So there's still, you know, I feel like we've done a lot for members in just a short amount of time. Bearing in mind, we've also got the, you got your emojis that you can use during the chat. You got the, what do you call them? Monthly, what do you call it? Achievement logo, target logo. I can't remember what it's called. You get the little symbol next to your name for how long you've been a member. So those things are cool as well. I know there's a lot of people out there who are gifted memberships, and I know that those people, you know, especially the ones who've never really watched or engaged in the show, they're gonna flick off. When it times out, they're not going to renew. So currently we've got 56 members. I don't expect that to stay that way. It is going to go down. But hopefully some of the people who are gifted a membership, who have been watching and tuning in, will find it worthwhile to you know, resubscribe or whatever, and keep their little symbol, not have to start again. And of course, you guys will also be getting the opportunity to vote for what you think should be the symbols for each. You guys you'll get to choose what. It's going to be very, very interactive. So the next time we can launch more emojis once we get past so many members, I think. So you guys will get to choose what the next emoji is going to be. So, you know, there's lots of stuff like that coming up. We're going to start looking at doing some streams, like maybe once a week, where members can join. You guys have got available at the moment the opportunity to join us in the green room before and after the show, on the Sunday show. If we do a Cold Fusion stream, you've got a reserved seat, first come first serve, but a reserved seat. Obviously, if we did one tomorrow, I can have all 57 people on there, but it's within reason. But to join the panel, there's lots of different stuff, and then we're going to start doing, hopefully soon, members only streams. We're going to be doing exclusive looks at our super chats and things like that. So yeah, lots to come. So exciting times. But I think ultimately the answer is I'm building the Droidica tonight.
Nice one.
Yeah, give my voice a rest now. You can talk for a bit.
Bang on. I'm scoffing, for those at home, Percy Pigs, and these are the best version of Percy Pigs. They are what are these ones? Fruity Chews. The missus went in to get dinner this evening and picked me some up as a Father's Day snack.
Oh, so you're eating them early? Naughty.
I am. Well, I thought, crack them open for a Saturday night build stream. But
Jason, how you doing, mate? Fix my brick. Just saying hi. Out with the wife.
Fix my bricks as well. Always very grateful. Always sharing my stuff and anything I post on Instagram. Always very grateful, mate. Thank you very much. So, Lego Star Wars, mate. Last week when... Oh, I can sort of hear myself now.
Yeah, what's that all about? That's weird, isn't it?
Let's stop now. I didn't get a chance to discuss that January wave. I only got to say my piece briefly. But tell me...
Oh, there you go. Give me a sec. I left them on here.
So, and before you tell me right or wrong, I've got an opinion on this about me and you. I think we can sort of offer very different scenarios with this, because your opinion comes from someone who's probably got a version of all of these.
Yeah.
Whereas I come from a newer fandom with Lego Star Wars. So there's nothing on here apart from the Bespin Jewel that I've got. So for me, this is an extremely exciting wave. Whereas, and I think you can appreciate that it's exciting for me because it's new. Whereas I can appreciate the wave for you might not be exciting because it's all a rehash pretty much of stuff you've got. And the upscale Pilot Luke minifigure, which is new, isn't your thing anyway. Maybe the Darth Vader art might be. I don't know what where you stand on that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think that obviously this is going to happen to people the longer they've been in the fandom, and I don't even feel like I've been in it that long because it's only been like, Christ, well, I suppose it has been a while. When did Force Awakens come out? 2015. It's been just over 10 years since I started buying Lego Star Wars. In terms of getting into collecting it, just less than 10 years because it was kind of between Rogue One and Solo when I started like actively going out and buying sets, you know, and getting into it like that way. But obviously the longer you've been into something, the bigger chance this is going to happen. But also I feel like I was watching my boys over on Brick Hour podcast, and if you haven't already, go and check out the episode that I featured on. You won't see me on the thumbnail, you have to read the description.
I watched it. Brilliant.
But I was, you know, lucky enough to get a chance to be on the show, but I was watching the one the Hive was on, and they were talking in there basically about how Hive was saying specifically how it frustrates him when there's so much depth to lore out there that we're releasing things that we already have had. And if it was something that we had 5, 10, 20 years ago, fair enough. But when almost this entire list is something that's been out in a short, within, you know, almost this entire list, there's been a version of, or even the same version of, within the last sort of 5 or 6 years in a short space of time. So that can be frustrating because I think they were saying that there's like an agreement that Lego has with Disney, I guess, that they'll release like a Darth Vader every year. They'll release a Luke every year. They release like an X-Wing. They'll always have a version of an X-Wing on the shelves or whatever. But they just said that like with the X-Wing now, they've released an X-Wing that's blue. So that's different. So they've released an X-Wing. They've met their quota, if that is, you know, the truth. Obviously, we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
They've tried to do something differently. Yeah, it might only be a different color, but why can't they do stuff like that all the time? And the fact that they're just releasing like the same thing just to keep the steady fans happy, which is great, but what about the fans, the long-term fans? It's almost like when you want to go and join Sky. If you want to join Sky TV, they'll give you the best deal in the world. But if you're already with Sky, you can go fuck yourself. You don't get nothing. That kind of thing. So it looks, it's a little bit like that. So for me, what they should be doing in a wave like this, and I know obviously Lego hasn't released this as a chunk. This is something that someone else has gathered in terms of information. Might not be 100% true, might not be 100% accurate, and they've put it together in a list. We've got to not look at this and look at we got to try not to, or I've got to try not to look at this and be like, this is a list that Lego's released. They're releasing these sets. So for them, there could be another list like this that's intertwined with this that we don't know about, of sets that have never been released before, or brand new, or something from the Old Republic, or whatever it might be. We don't know. So I have to, and I've got all that at the front of my mind, so I am thinking about that as well. But I'm just saying that it is a little bit frustrating where some waves come out and it's just rehashes of things. They should be trying to appease current and older fans and trying to appease everybody. I get that they're trying to tap into a new market. Fine, that makes sense. And I want to future-proof Lego. I don't want, and they were saying that like Lego isn't their #1 license anymore. For the first year, last year, it wasn't the #1 license. It's dropped down to like 3rd. And that's going to keep dropping down with time because they're not putting movies out. They're not honoring the original trilogy as much as they did. Like kids are going out there and they're buying these sets now that are coming out that they have no reference to necessarily.
Yeah.
So yes, okay, The Mandalorian and Grogu came out, but in terms of Lego output for a newer audience, it's like 90% less than it used to be. It's almost 100% less than it used to be. So there's nothing. So what they're saying is that eventually the people who are buying Lego now, the main bread and people who are buying Lego are going to age out.
Yeah.
And then there won't be a new. So then it'll drop down and drop down and drop down, and eventually it might be gone, because it's like, well, no, there's no legs left on it anymore, because people just aren't buying anymore. Just like, there's been loads of licenses that have gone because they just ran out of legs. Ninjago is a perfect example. Not Ninjago, sorry. Bionicles. Because all those kids, they loved it and they grew up on it and they were buying it. But when they grew out of it and started going through their dark age, nobody was buying it because it had no history. It wasn't based on anything. It created itself. So I don't know. So for me, it's always like, and I think I probably put it better in a hell of a lot less words. But what he's saying is that they need to be still sprinkling in something that we haven't had before. New figures we haven't had before, new sets. But those sets, they need to be doing new stuff. So like, for example, the Embo, we needed a new Embo, not a new figure, but we needed a new version of Embo. We got his dog, great mold, and those two kind of mech type thing, or that mech type thing, sorry, that one mech thing. So they're doing something new from a film. It's great that we've not really had before, or bringing back a figure we want to. They're doing a little bit of that, but not enough of it. But they also need to be dropping in things that we've not had ever. Just every now and then, even if it's just one set a year, just to appease the people. Do you see what I mean? So
what I think Lego can do better on that is, I don't think they target like relevancy. So for example, Mall was a brilliant show, and I think it's universally pretty well rated. So I feel like if there was a 1 or 2 sets released for that, I think it would have flew off shelves. Same for like Bad Batch was incredible. I loved it, and I think we've got like 2 or 3 Bad Batch sets, and one of them's the fucking Justifier. It's an Andor as well, like incredible, loved by adults, very highly rated. If they released like, even if it was an 18 plus, just more Andor sets, I think they would have done brilliantly. But again, they're just sort of pulling at the strings of classics a bit too much now, where they need to sprinkle in relevancy. So even if it's just one or 2 more sets per year that are just on shelves the same time as the show. Like I remember the good few years back now, I think, when the Ahsoka season 1 was actually on the telly, and the Ahsoka sets were on shelves, and I remember buying like the Ghost, and I was just so excited. I mean, that's a good set anyway, but I just remember being like so excited to buy that and build it because it was on telly. Like you do get like the recency bias, don't you? And it was like the when I watched the Mandalorian Grogu movie, I watched the movie and I come out thinking, oh, I really want that new Razor Crest now, because it's just, you get that recency bias with things. So I don't think Lego do well. I don't think Lego do enough on their own part to target that.
No, you're right. Like I said, some people might be shouting at me and saying, "Wang about." Wait a second, let me get rid of this comment in a sec. They might. Oh, let's get rid of this as well. Fuck's sake. Wait a sec. I'm trying to do too much at once here. Trying to get rid of this guy. Anyway, so some people might be shouting at the screen and saying, "Well, hang about, there's an upscale pilot Luke. That's something we've not had before." I know, but it's Luke. You know what I mean? It's what I'm saying is something that's not been tapped into. We've tapped into Luke, and obviously a big fig. Yes, they're trying something new. I get that, and I applaud them when they try to do something new. If it doesn't look great, I'm going to say, but I'm not complaining that they're trying new things. Like obviously the busts, I don't think are good, and unfortunately, most people don't agree with me, and therefore they probably won't see them around for much longer, unless I'm, incredibly wrong. The Darth Vader art set, okay, great, but it's just an art set. It's got nothing. It's not a Lego, like a traditional Lego set, and it's not based on anything new. See what I mean? Obviously, they're not going to do a Darth Revan art set as the first set. I get that, but what I'm saying is, there's just so much untapped potential, and they've done it before. So it's not like, well, they'll never do things from the games. They'll never do sets from the books and comics and the either Legends or EU, but they have. They've done it before, and as far as I know, they've been quite popular. So, and not only that, but Lego's also benefiting from the fact that some of those sets are probably some of the most valuable on reseller markets, like Bricklink, where they're making some money off that as well. So it does kind of frustrate me. Like I said, like you look through this and it's just, it's just handle those. Okay, there's nothing. I know. So I'm a bit like boring. Like I said, even the battle pack. So we had I always forget the things. The 322nd,
327th, the Super Battle Pack.
Yeah, the 327th. So a battle pack's new? No. Is a Clone Wars thing new? No. But we've had a new
new Legion, new characters. Legion.
The builds are slightly different than before, not entirely different, not and different enough to really talk about, but at least they've tried to do something. Do you see what I mean? Separatist MTT. Yes, we've had an MTT before, but the first time they've done a Separatist one. And I'm more appreciative of the fact that they're trying to do different things over the fact that they might not be the best builds, or they might not have put as much effort into them. And I think the MTT looks fantastic. I don't care that it's scaled down, because that suits me, but I think it looks fantastic, and I'm interested to see what the build is like for you. But we've always had something like that in every wave. And then this is the first time I'm seeing a wave. Like I said, this might not even be a wave, because these might come out over the course of the entire year, in which case they're not a wave at all. But because it does say January 27, but obviously we don't know that for sure. We've seen these things before and they've ended up being completely wrong. So, but it just, it frustrates me. I mean, this on the other hand is a little bit more interesting, because I'm interested to see what they do. And I like the fact that they've got it right. Lego normally the first people to fuck it up, and they've put 50 years of Star Wars. Now, some people are saying, well, no, it's 50 years of Star Wars. Well, yeah, it is, but it's also 50-year anniversary of the film Star Wars. They're not saying 50 years of A New Hope, which I like that, because I would have been frustrated if they'd done that, because I would have been like, no, it hasn't been called New Hope for 50 years. So that's, forgetting the fact that there's like 6 or 7 different versions of that film now, but the main one, and obviously Ralph McQuarrie art, I'm a huge fan of that. I've got a couple of his pieces, but including an original piece or a numbered exclusive piece. But so I'm all over the idea of doing something with that, but it depends on what they do with it. If it's just the figures, okay, that'll be cool. It'll be worth collecting them all, as long as they put them in decent sets and they don't just try to fob us off with shite to be able to get the figures. But I'd like to see them do something else. I'd like to see them do, maybe a piece of artwork, this in Lego as a mosaic or whatever, something different. Obviously, I'd like to see a ship or something like that, but I think that'd be a bit too, because this image here, people who have been fans for long enough, this means something to them. Whereas if I showed this to Kirsty or Maya, they'd be like, what the fuck is that supposed to be? So they wouldn't have a clue. And even people who've been into Star Wars for a long time might be thrown off by this. So, and any of the Ralph McQuarrie art, but there wasn't a lot of ships designed, and the ones that were designed have since, I think one of the early models that Ralph McQuarrie drawings that Ralph McQuarrie did have then been released later. So there was one ship he designed, which they then used in the prequel trilogy. There was another ship that ended up they releasing it as the E-Wing, which originally was supposed to be the X-Wing, that kind of thing. So generally, the ships and the designs, they have used them, and even with this, because they used this image that was obviously, this didn't end up being the original gang, but they used this to influence Rebels. So so that's Zeb at the back, or what became Zeb. So So they did stuff like that, you know, and like with the R2D2, I know R2D2 has got arms and stuff anyway that come out, but this was more of an influence for Chopper, because obviously he's got those arms that are kind of kicking about all the time. So that kind of thing, like, you know, I like that they do stuff like that. But
yeah,
it'd be interesting to see, I guess. So
it's definitely intriguing, isn't it?
But let's see.
Yeah,
Well, you built the entire chassis, and I haven't even opened my box yet.
I'm doing pretty well, and I must say this build is extremely complicated, and like I've built quite a lot of UCS sets, and big ones at that, but so far, like the mechanism and stuff as it slides out, it's just giving me a bit of a head fart at the moment. I mean, I've sussed it, but yeah, it's definitely. I mean, what age does it say it's for? 9+. Like a 9-year-old is going to be struggling to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've built.
I think that was in the other way around, wasn't it?
Huh?
That piece was in the other way around when it came out, didn't it? Oh no.
No. It's supposed to be like that.
Force Bricks is excited for the wave anyway, so yeah, I'm glad other people are. Like I said, I'm not hating on the wave, you know, because I know there's people out there who'll be interested in that kind of stuff. But, you know, as a fan and as someone who likes to buy Lego, well, of course I never buy it day one anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference to me when it comes out. But it's like kind of a little bit disappointing, especially because it's the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. To me, that does say, yes, it's 50 years since that movie came out, but it's also 50 years of the franchise being around, right? Because an anniversary of something that starts shows the history. Now, Lego have done that before, so they celebrated 20 years of Lego Star Wars, but not just re-releasing sets from that first year, but sets throughout the 20 years re-released. You know, some up to about 10 years that had been out like 10 years after. So it was like a hark back to their history. So I'm hoping the Lego do the same. And for that reason, there could be a lot of things in there. Pretty much, well, I say a lot of things. Could be anything and everything that's got anything to do with Star Wars has happened within 50 years, obviously. So to
you won't have seen. 'Cause you don't really scroll Instagram, but George Lucas minifig, it's happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I'm really chuffed about, to be fair, because like I said it before, if we weren't going to get one next year, that pretty much eliminates the chance of ever getting one, doesn't it? You know what I mean? I feel like if we ain't going to get one next year, then they're never going to go through the effort of giving us one.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I think you're right there.
But Force Bricks is looking forward to the Bespin Jewel. I've got the diorama one, or not diorama, but you know which one I mean. So that one I'm not that bothered about. The rest of them, excited. Mustafar Duel is probably a set that if it didn't have the anniversary fig coming in it, and if it was just ended up being Anakin and Obi-Wan, I probably wouldn't be that bothered. I'm not mad on these like battle scenes sets. I fall into the category where when Lego are targeting like 18+ stuff and display stuff, that intrigues me. So like the upscaled figures, I'm really excited for them, and I'm gonna probably try and get them all. I think they're gonna look wicked on display, but the Darth Vader art as well, that intrigues me, because it could be anything, and because it's at a price point of, I think it said $60. So what's that, like 50 quid for us? It's going to be, I imagine it's just going to be like a mosaic, isn't it? But yeah, either way, I'm excited. And another thing I'm excited about it for is, it seems like, I know you said these could be coming any time of the year, but if the rumours and leaks are true that it is just the January wave, it's nice to see that they're giving a lot. Like, that's a big wave.
I was just looking at this camera angle now, and I'm like, what the hell is that over on my floor over by the sofa? Like, it's a big... I'm looking over, and it's not actually anything there. Now I realise it's my fucking mouse, isn't it? Because I was looking at this and thinking there was something in the background. Let me just go and draw my curtains. Because it's got to that point now of the night where it's pitch black outside. I can't see anything, so someone could be stood right outside my window and looking in, and I wouldn't have a clue. I hate that. Kirsty's gone to bed and didn't finish her 7-Up, so I'm going to finish it. No, not a big fan of pop.
I'm going to make another brew in a bit, to be fair.
I was going to make a cuppa, but...
You need to actually start building something.
We're like over an hour in and I haven't fucking built shit yet. Right, let's get that thing on charge.
What
are we doing now? So
what's
how are you
your
getting
curfew cut off tonight?
I haven't got one, mate. No school tomorrow for me.
Sound. I'm easy tonight, mate.
I don't know why, but this camera seems to have like a fisheye type thing to it. I don't know why that's doing that, but it
looks fine, my end.
I'm going to bust open the box now for everybody who loves seeing me bust open boxes. Muttley's out there. The lack of a UT80 last year just shows they're not willing to take risks with sets like they used to. No, you're right. Did you see that the guy who made from the ATT that came out 20, that's still on shelf with me as well, but I wasn't going to get it because I had the last version and the first version.
The ATT?
Yeah,
I think it's just retired, or it's either just retired or retiring, but I think it's sold out now. So I think it's at the point where, like, yeah, you ain't getting it from Lego now.
So I got the second and the third version of ATT, so I thought I don't need another one. Would like to have the Cody, but you know, it is what it is. And again, frustrated they didn't release that. But this guy has built a really good looking UT80 using just the parts from that set. And I'm like, you know what? That's, for me, that UT80 is so good, looks so good. And I trust this guy because I've seen his builds before, that I would be tempted to buy that just to be able to build that UT80. So come check that out. We're finally getting the George Lucas fig. Yes, discussed. Give me a big vid Cody or Rex over Luke. Yeah, I still wouldn't touch it, but I can see that there's probably be more demand over something like that.
I think a clone trooper would do very well. I feel like my sort of age is sort of the target audience for these upscale figs, and I think a lot of it stems from like people my age. We grew up with the complete saga.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's got the same sort of vibe. You know what I mean?
Currently starting bag 3, and they gave him a brain. Oh, a pink brick. Yeah, that means everybody had cake as well. So.
Muttley, if you're still in the chat, sorry, Martin. Muttley, if you're still in the chat, what did you think when you were building this MTT? Did you think it was quite a complex and clever mechanism as well, or am I just being a bit of a div? Probably the latter.
Nimble, are you enjoying the wholesome fan videos from the States? What?
I know what you mean, because the World Cup videos, it shows like all the fans from different countries of the world all like mixing together and having a laugh, and it does look a really good crack. I think one thing that does make me happy to see is like you see like other countries and USA in particular when they're cheering and doing chants and how positive it is, and then you go to like the English and the Scots and they're just singing like your mum's your dad's your mum and all that sort of stuff, and we are just so bloody different, aren't we?
Yeah, the American chants where they're like, "We love you, footballers," or something like that. Right then, guys, Droidica was picked. The box is slightly damaged anyway. I actually won this. For those of you who weren't tuned in, we did our Christmas show. Not Christmas just gone, the Christmas before, so it would have been Christmas 2024. And I was actually, Christmas 2024. So I was recovering from a hernia operation, which I had just before Christmas, and I had some complications because it was a more in-depth procedure than I was expecting. So I was off for Christmas, and we did our live show, and I got a message from a guy called Galactic Bricker. Go and check him out on YouTube. Now a big Whatnot guy. He even went, like, I'm not a huge Whatnot fan myself, but he went to a convention recently, and he was there doing a live show on behalf of Whatnot. So he's really gone up the ranks with Whatnot, which is great. But Galactic Bricker, he did a giveaway, and I ended up winning it, and I showed the video of me winning it live on our show, and it was great to get it. So I did a video as well. There's also a video on my channel thanking him for this, which is like a year and a half old now, but still haven't built it. This is the time. So shout out to Galactic Bricker and everybody over there at Whatnot. And here it goes. So how do we open the set? Are we gonna, this one doesn't have thumb tabs, so are we gonna open it neatly, or are we gonna do the classic rip?
Punch it. Kick shit out of it. All the people who are precious about boxes are like, no.
Oh, look at that. That's my first ever
Printed plaque.
Printed plaque.
Wild.
My first paper bags as well.
Really?
No. No, I haven't had many though, I'll be honest. Stickers.
I had a set. What set did I build recently? I think it was Cobb Vamp Speeder, and I got all plastic bags in there, and I just like, I couldn't fathom it, because I was like, in the UK we've had paper bags for, do you reckon, well over a year now.
Yeah.
Cobb Vamp Speeder is a January set, and it's like, why?
Yeah, it don't make any sense, does it?
Nah. And then you get some sets where it's like half and half, and you think, well,
yeah, I don't know why they're playing out there. They kind of haven't fully committed to it, have they?
nah. Or it's either that, or they're just using up what they've got left. It's not a bad build, and the mechanics are pretty interesting. I've built the MTT 6 times.
Well, I'll be honest, this is the first time that I've had paper bags where the bags inside the paper bags are paper bags. All my other ones, all my other paper bag sets, and it hasn't been that many, I'd say 4 or 5 tops, have all had plastic bags inside the paper bags. So
Oh, I was going to ask you something. What was it? Oh, have you read New Dawn? You know, the Hera and Kanan backstory novel.
Yeah, the blue cover with them both on, isn't it? Back to back. So I think I've never read it. 100% I've never read it, but I don't even think I own it. And there's obviously got a lot of Star Wars books, but my percentage of Star Wars books to read Star Wars books is higher than my Lego built to not built.
Yeah.
I'd say I've probably got over 100 Lego Star Wars books, and I've probably read 10. But
right.
But no, I did want to read that one, but I don't think I've even got a copy of it, because it was relatively newish when I was really into collecting books, which is like round about the time I first got into Lego, to be honest. So.
I've literally just finished it, and it's a cracking read.
Is it good? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I've just picked up my next book. Got it here actually. I haven't even opened it yet. I don't know how you feel, or like what your opinion on the novels is if you were to read them. I'm not really bothered about legend stuff. I don't think I'll read stuff that's not classed as canon, because to me, I don't feel like it counts.
Oh, Dark Disciple. Is it Dark Disciple?
Dark Disciple, that's what I got next.
That I have read.
I've heard this is a really good one.
It is really good, and you will be able to relate to it better because they've since released like visual content that is kind of connected to it, whereas it wasn't at the time. So that book was, the idea for that book came from an episode of Clone Wars that was never released.
Yeah.
Obviously, it explores in a bit more depth than the episode of the show or the arc of the show would have, but as a book always does. But since then, they have done something with part of that storyline.
Tales of the Underworld, wasn't it?
Yeah, so they kind of explored it a little bit in there. So yeah, worth a shout. Ooh, better show this camera probably.
Yeah, nice.
I think that might be my first one of these I've unpacked. Is it my first 25th anniversary?
I don't know, you built R2, haven't you? Surely.
No, I didn't build that. Kirsty did. So that was her set that I bought for her. So I don't class that as mine. But
did you build?
So this wasn't a 25th anniversary set, but it was one of. So they added these. So these were with all the 25th anniversary sets, but they were also with the UCS that year, and just this, wasn't it?
I think they were with every set that year.
Hey.
I think so. Yeah.
That's cool.
It is cool. It was. But I say that it was cool to get the first one or two, and then after that, it's just like, oh, another one. You know what I mean? Because people like us who buy, over half the sets of the year, you end up with a fucking lot of them.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose that it'd be a good excuse to, if you had them all on display next to each other, you wouldn't need one next to each, and then you could sell them for a few bob. Probably get a few bob from them. So if I put like all my 25th anniversary sets together, and I just had like one of those in the middle, then I could probably get away with selling the rest.
Yeah.
And you'd probably make enough off just selling that piece, like on Bricklink or whatever, to buy another set or make the money back off one set. So lots of little pieces in this. I don't think I've ever seen a set that's got so many little pieces. Even the Probe Droid had a couple of big chunky pieces.
It's a really, like, once you've built that, it's pretty near perfect, to be honest, or is pretty perfect. The only issue is it doesn't scale with all the other buildable stuff. But
yeah,
but when the set is that good, I don't think it really matters. Like, for me, I wouldn't be displaying it all together anyway.
Same.
So it sort of doesn't matter to me, but I get why it's a problem for other people. It's have you got the buildable chopper?
No.
Would you get that?
Well, I haven't really been buying them. I've been buying the droids for Kirsty. So the Probe Droid Kirsty got from, I think I had it for Father's Day. Yeah, I had that for Father's Day because I liked the Probe Droid, and that was the first one at that point.
Yeah.
The C-3PO and the R2-D2 I got for Kirsty. What else is there? Oh, the K2 I got for Kirsty because apparently she's not that much of a fan. She said there was other sets she would have preferred to have had afterwards. But yeah, so I got her that set, and that's pretty cool. But in terms of, I like the chopper, but I just feel like I'm always looking. I know it sounds kind of sad, but I'm always looking for excuses not to buy sets and get into like. So now I've seen these buildable figs come out, big figs come out, right? Yeah. I've never thought they were good anyway, even the non-Star Wars ones. I never saw the Santa and was like, oh my God, I need that. Or, the Pirate, and I haven't looked at them and gone, oh my God, I need that. Not once. Yeah. I don't find that kind of thing interesting for whatever reason. It doesn't really matter. But so when they came up with the Star Wars ones, I was like, oh my God, they're doing Star Wars ones. Okay, hopefully they look crap. Because if it looked good, I'd feel like I have to have it, and then I'd feel like I'd have to get all the others But because I didn't like the look of it, I'm like relieved.
Yeah.
And again, I saw that list. It's not like I'm like cheesed off shouting at the screen because they've brought out stuff that I don't like. They're bringing out stuff that I don't really want. Part of me is kind of like, oh, thank God for that. You can save some money. You see what I mean? So I'm more than happy to, like I've told people, if something happened and I had to get rid of all my sets, I'd get rid of everything except for the MIDI scale ships. And I would just keep them if it came to it, like obviously, because I really like those. I think they make great display pieces. But there's, but yeah, so with the droids, I'm like, Kirsty, I know likes that kind of thing. She likes to do a big build. She's generally into more into the droids in general anyway. But when they came out with Chopper, it was the first time I was like, I feel like I need Chopper. So I do like Chopper. But the others I would never have bought even if like me and Kirsty, even if Kirsty didn't like them, I would never have bought them. So I don't feel. So I mean, so yeah, I gotta say though, because you built it, right?
No, but
oh, you haven't.
Muttley put in the group today that it's on like off 30% off on Amazon, which is tempting.
Oh, what does that take you to?
I think like 60 odd quid, maybe 65 quid. I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good for that price. Yeah,
it's pretty good, and it does intrigue me, to be fair.
But if I basically what I do every now and then, because I lose track of what I've bought, and because I haven't got what I haven't bought on display, like Whittaky was saying, I think it was Whittaky was saying like he got to the point where he had like 2 or 3 sets he hadn't built, but they were it was kind of burning his skin or whatever because he could see them. Whereas with mine, I don't put them; they're not out on display. They get stacked away, and my room is the Lego room is a bit of a mess anyway. So, so they're not there visually. Like even when I wanted to do a poll for the 4 sets, I had to go digging to find 4 sets, and I'd forgotten I even had 2 of the ones that were on that list. So it's like they're not in my. I'm not seeing them and thinking, right, okay. But what I do every now and then is I just go onto the Lego website, and I'll just scroll through everything that's currently available for Lego Star Wars and be like, right, what have I got? What haven't I got? And I'll go through. And then whatever's left, then I'll make a short list of them, whatever it is, 5 or 6 sets. Not what I haven't got. Sorry, what I haven't got that I want. I'll make a short list, and then I'll start looking out to see where. Because I think the only things on my list at the moment, apart from stuff that's just come out, as in like since May, the only things outstanding that are older that I want, or I'm 100% going to get at some point, is the MIDI scale. The MIDI scale. Oh, what did I put in the group the other day? I called it something else. The Venator, MIDI scale Venator.
Right, okay.
But I think I put, what did I put? Palpatine's Arrest? No, not Palpatine's Arrest. What did I put? Republic. No, I put MIDI scale Senator instead of Venator.
Oh yeah,
and everybody ripped me for it, but as you do.
Easy done.
But that's the only one I can think of. Again, there's obviously saying they come out May the 4th, but I wouldn't be buying those until they've gone down. So I'll be looking at them probably just before or just after Christmas, if that. And then I finish off my collection on May the 4th next year. So next year when I'm buying for May the 4th, I'll buy everything I didn't buy from last year. And then that's how I keep going.
Yeah.
But there is a UCS set that I have. I've still got my eyes on the ATST. I'm gutted I didn't jump on it when I saw it for like 100 and I think I saw it for like 104 or maybe 114. And I'm pissed that I didn't jump on it then because I thought, it'll come back to that price again. And it hasn't. It has gotten low, but not as low as that. But I did say to Kirsty, look, I'm not going to start buying UCS. It's going to be a one-off. I've always said that you know, I avoid UCS, but that one did take on my fancy. I still feel that way after leaving it and coming back to it and thinking about it. So I haven't just gone out and flat out bought it on an impulse. So I'm proud of myself for that. But I am still looking and thinking, yeah, I'd like to do that. And I said to Kirsty, can I just, not can I keep saying that as if like I'm asking permission, but I just sometimes I talk to Kirsty about these things, and she said, like, who are you trying to convince? She said, I feel like you're just trying to convince yourself because you're talking yourself in or out of things, and like I'm not really having a say.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I was basically saying, look, I want to buy my first ever UCS set for a special reason, and possibly my last UCS set. It's impossible to say whether it's going to be your last one because you don't know what they're going to come out with. But I don't look at any other UCS sets and think, oh, I really need that. I really want that. I have with this one. And I've gone, I haven't just, like I said, impulsively thought, I need it. I'm going to get it. I thought, no.
Yeah.
Put it off. I might change my mind. I might grow out of that idea. I haven't. But I think it'd be good, a good sort of, not just reward, but a good celebration in terms of doing something a little bit different, a bit special for the hitting 1,000 on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I hit 1,000 on YouTube, or when I hit 1,000 on YouTube, I should be saying really, when I do that 1,000 celebration stream, which is going to be like a huge celebration stream, I want to do something extra special. Don't get me wrong, I've got some big sets like the Ghost and the Imperial Star Destroyer, some big chunky sets like that. The Coruscant Guard gunship, that are massive sets like that I've never built. That I could do those quite easily, but I just think it'll be extra special if I.
There's just something about like UCS in it, like it just.
Well, not for me really, but because I was never done it.
It just sounds more like more premium, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It sounds like it sounds more special. Even if the set itself isn't, like it could be any set that it's just as long as it has the title UCS on it, it just gives it that premium feel, doesn't it? And I think it's a good idea, mate. Doing that for 1,000, I think it's a good way to celebrate. And like you say, you have been wanting that set. You rated it the whole time, and I've had it and built it, and I couldn't believe how good it was for the price. Like I built that and I thought this, even on display, I feel like there's more to it than some of the UCS sets, which like over £200. You know what I mean? Like it, I think it's a really good set. So all power to you.
It's important to me in a lot of ways. One, it would be my first UCS set. Two, it would be obviously celebrating 1,000 and like a benchmark for just not just me, because if it was just my channel on my own, it'd be one thing. But because it's something we're working towards and a channel that we help and support each other on, that kind of makes it that much more special. It makes me want to celebrate that much more. And then on top of that, it's also the, what do I want to say? The fact that set has got a suitable footprint for me in terms of like it's like not one of these sets that's this way, it's this way. So I can sit on the shelf a lot easier and find space for it. So in terms of that, but also the set itself, like I had the toy of that that was released like, when I was a kid. In fact, we had two of them. My brother had one as well. And, it had the little button on the back so the legs would go up and down. And I remember playing with that for ages. And I remember like Return of the Jedi was like my favorite film when I was a kid. I'm still rated quite highly, but I love Return of the Jedi. I love like watching it and the Endor scenes in particular and ATST walkers. I don't know. I just loved them. And generally, as kids, we always rooted for the good guys. It's only when you become an adult you start kind of rooting for the bad guys or liking some of the bad guy characters.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I do remember being like, I want the Ewoks to win. I want the Rebels to win. But I like It's still like, I still love watching those ships, like, you know, over any others. So
no, it's not. It's nice when a set has like a good supporting reason to it, away from just the actual Lego build. You know what I mean? It's nice to hear backstories to sets and different reasons why people like it.
see, this is what's annoying me about this fucking thing. Like how, I know the lighting's not the best in here, but like how dark. Those are supposed to be just brown, normal brown chocolate color pieces.
Oh, mate, the colours in the instruction booklets are shocking, aren't they?
Yeah, the colour's way off. And the thing is, it changes for each page. Because back here, there's even dark brown. Like, look at this. See that piece you're putting on there?
Yeah.
It's black. It's practically black on that picture. And I couldn't find it for ages and then realised it's not. It's the darker brown. So when I actually go to put black on, you can't, there's like tell me, again, the lighting's not going to help me out much. Maybe it'd be better on this camera. Probably the same. Tell me, right, that there's a difference in colour in these two pieces up here. No, sorry, up here.
Yeah, it's an absolute ball ache, isn't it?
And it's so dark you can't see that this got a Technic. This has got a Technic cross through the middle of it. And I know you guys can't see that, but I'm looking at it with my own eyes and I can't see it. So the only reason I knew was because I was looking for a black piece. But this is black and this is dark brown. And these instructions are shocking. Considering this is new, a newer set, they've actually gone worse. In some ways, they're worse than the ones from back in the day where you couldn't tell the difference between black and grey.
Oh, we have had some more comments. About 15 minutes ago, Wildcard UK, the EU is canon, Disney is non-canon. Whatever floats your boat, mate. I'm better yet, make your own canon, as we all should. Disney has no consistency. I'm sort of on the fence. I get why a lot of people say Disney have ruined Star Wars. Like, I can get where they're coming from, but at the same time, I don't agree. I do think Disney have done a lot of good things with Star Wars. They've done a lot of bad things with Star Wars. So yeah, I can. If that's the argument you're trying to make, like I say, I get it. Do I agree with it? Probably not. Like, at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, canon is canon. Like, the Acolyte frustrates me because there's stuff in it which I thought broke canon, but now it's out there and it's lore. It's like, I don't know what to believe, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's out there. It's part of Star Wars, whether we like it or not. Force Bricks, the expanded universe is 10 times better than the Disney canon. I'm currently reading Heir to the Empire, and it's already better than the ST. Is the Heir to the Empire the Thrawn trilogy? Because again,
the original Thrawn trilogy.
I've tried to do a little bit of research into like what seems to be the general favourites when it comes to Star Wars novels, because I wanted to pick a good one for my next one. The Thrawn trilogy excited me, but then when I saw that it was like a Legends thing, I sort of just, like I said earlier, I'm not really bothered about the Legends stuff when there's so much canon stuff that I don't know about or haven't read. I'd rather read and focus on that stuff first. But yeah, I've heard the Thrawn trilogy is incredible.
I think from a reader's perspective, it is obviously there's two schools of thought. Well, there's multiple schools of thought, but because what is now, sorry, let me get rid of this. Because what is now Legends are let's just call it Legends because that's what it's officially called now. Whether I agree that it should still be called the EU or not is kind of by the by. It's just, someone changes their name, that's their name now. Tough. So Legends, right? So because Legends, there was such a backlog of books in terms of officially released Star Wars books that filled the gap between when the Star Wars movies ended and then The Menace came out, and then even beyond that, because even then they didn't release a whole lot of books, official books. So the backlog of, okay, there's probably, I don't actually know the number for canon versus non-canon books at the moment, but that had been going on for such a long time. In fact, up until the late 90s, so 1999, there'd been more years of Star Wars content being in books than there ever was Star Wars movies, because the Star Wars movies only spanned from 1977 to 1983, which was through 6 years. And then in the remaining, I think it was Heir to the Empire was the first one, and it came out in the early 90s. I want to say 1991. So by 1999, those books that had been filling, the airspace, if you like, had been going longer than the movies were ever around, if that makes sense. So for a lot of people, that was Star Wars. It was the only Star Wars. And then obviously they continued to do that right through until Disney took over. And then Disney started doing, and obviously separating it and non-canon, canon, whatever. But the rich backlore, and of course some of those what were Legends have become canon. So some of those books have been integrated, like things like Darth Revan being mentioned in, Star Wars shows and stuff. Shows that it's been kind of, they are bringing some of the stuff in and recognizing some of it. Thrawn as an example, they brought Thrawn into Rebels, and he only existed in what was the Legends before then. So they are doing some of that, but it was such a rich tapestry background at that point that people refused to be like what I guess Wildcard is saying. I mean, obviously, I don't agree necessarily with his comments because EU is canon, Disney is non-canon. It doesn't really make sense because canon is canon. It's like saying, well, today is not my birthday, even though it is. Tomorrow's my birthday. Now, you can argue as much as you want, but it's called canon because it means that it's the officially recognized timeline.
Yeah.
So if EU was canon, then it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense because then. But why does it need to be canon for you to like it? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't need Disney to say it's canon for me to be able to enjoy it. Like if I buy the Heir to the Empire book series, it's not canon. Oh, I'm throwing it in the bin then. I don't care. It's like nobody gives a shit. You know what I mean? So that's what I didn't get the butthurt from a lot of fans at the time when they were like, it's being referred to, it's not classed as canon. I'm so annoyed. Like, but did you enjoy the book? Yeah. So why does a company recognizing something as being canon or not canon change your enjoyment of it? It doesn't. They're just putting a title over it.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? It's just like when people start talking about, I don't know, let's go into like gender fluidity and stuff like that, where people are like, well, I want to be recognized as a man now instead of a woman. Like, it don't affect me, so why do I care? Like, you can be called an ostrich if you want. Like, it's not changing my lifestyle, so why should I? Do you know what I mean? So I never got that. And obviously this was years and years ago they made that kind of announcement, but I've never kind of understood why people care that much. It's like, I've only started reading the books and getting into that back history because I didn't really read those books back then, but I've only started getting back into it since it was classed as non-canon. So it's not like it's not like it's turning people away or turning people off.
Nah,
I think more than anything else, the butthurt doesn't come from the title of it. The butthurt comes from people basically recognizing that the stuff they love might never make it to a TV screen. But when you were reading those books, if you were reading them when they first came out, you never even thought there was ever going to be any Star Wars again. So you went into it knowing that they were probably never going to be appear on the screen anyway. So the fact that they've now basically confirmed what you already knew, why is that someone else's fault?
Yeah.
Especially when they have made an effort, albeit small, an effort to bring some of that non-canon into canon, which they didn't have to do. And if Disney had never taken over, there would be more stuff that, do you know what I mean? So the only frustration you can have with it, the only reason that they would have to be frustrated is the fact that somebody is telling them that it isn't part of the official line and therefore you're not going to see it on telly.
Yeah.
But if that company, i.e. Disney, didn't take over, then nothing would be on TV. So you know what I mean? So
I wonder what, like, if it got put to a vote now, if it's only yes or no, if you went back in time, would you rather Disney take over and we get everything that we've had, or would you rather Disney didn't take over and we got nothing? I think all these people who have slagged Disney off and said it's ruined Star Wars would still say they would choose Disney and have the extra content. Because I didn't enjoy the sequels. I think they were pretty poor. I thought Force Awakens was pretty good, to be fair, but the other two. But for me, like, I'd still rather them be there so that I could have had Mandalorian or could have had Andor and Rogue One. Do you know what I mean? So so going back to what was the name? Wildcard. Like Disney not being, like Cool Hands just said, Disney not being canon, it is, whether we like it or not, but definitely get the points. And like you were saying about non-canon books and legends and stuff, as long as you enjoy it, it doesn't matter. You've just got to pick your sort of target, what you want to get out of your fandom. So it's like, for me, I don't want to read the legend stuff. It's not that I'm against it, it's just that I choose not to, because not that it doesn't count, but for me, I'm just more interested in what could potentially be important in the larger scale of Star Wars. But that's nothing against the idea of legends, but it's just not my cup of tea. Speaking of cup of tea, I'm going to make a brew.
It's definitely worth noticing as well. To some people that Disney has released books. I don't know about any other kind of content, but Disney has released books. Well, games as well. Disney has released, since they've been in charge, released games and books and comics that are classed as non-canon. So they're releasing their own. So it's not like they're saying everything that came before us is not canon. Everything that we've created is. That's not even the case. They're actually releasing stuff, and it's like, it's not. This isn't part of canon. And I
read the Ronin, and that's not canon because that's the Vision story.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's
that was brilliant.
All it is two classifications. It's not. People think canon means good, not good, or officially recognized, not, we don't like you, you're outcast. And that's not the case. Canon just means it's not linked in currently with the timeline and is not recognized to have any influence on the timeline that exists within Star Wars. That's it. That's all there is. And the only reason there's no like canon, non-canon in things like Marvel, who are also like quite big with comic books and stuff, is because they invented or created long before Marvel was, televised and there was a Marvel and MCU. They created this kind of multiverse, which meant there's no such thing as canon or not canon, because obviously anything can exist at any time, anywhere. So I'm not saying they should do that with Star Wars. I know they've messed about with the idea of it with the world beyond worlds or whatever, and I don't really know what they plan to do with that. I don't think they really need to do something like that, to be honest with you, but it's just a label of what is part of, like, effectively the Skywalker saga or the Skywalker timeline and what isn't. That's it. It's just a label. It's not a good, bad. So when people get pissed about things not being canon, like, why? It just doesn't make any difference. I've just never understood that. And of course, Rogue One is well known as probably one of the best Star Wars movies, and yet it was one of the first Disney movies.
Yeah, I think it comes straight off the back of Force Awakens, didn't it? And
yeah,
so yeah, it's definitely
I think the real reason Rogue One was so good is because of the director, because he was Welsh. So it just says it all. If you want your movie to do well, get a Welsh director.
Or not. It's probably only one.
Yeah, Gareth Edwards is the only one holding it down for the whole Wales.
Force Bricks. Finished McQueen, such a great set. Really enjoyed the build and actually managed to put on the stickers without being crooked. Good job, because the stickers are difficult on that set. And Lightning McQueen, the Speed Champions, it looks great on display for such a small set. It has a lot of presence because the eyes look incredible. So yeah, I love that set too, and it's probably one of the only Disney sets I'll ever own. Even though I'm a big fan of the Disney stuff, I don't really want to start collecting it, but that Lightning McQueen, I just had to. And I actually display it in my son's room now on his shelf. So that was my sort of excuse to tell myself to buy it. Liam, thanks for the Bluestone brick, Nimble. You're welcome, mate. I'm gutted I didn't have any more, to be honest. I sent some over with Whittaky, and I just tried to send him a list of people who I remember saying they wanted one. But I should have got more to him. But yeah, I just forgot. But mate, you are absolutely welcome. As soon as I put pictures up of them, you were one of the first people to say how cool they looked, and when Bluestone was live and kicking, you were a big supporter of it as well, mate. So that's, I suppose, the brick is my small way of saying thank you. But yeah, glad you got it, mate. And if you are with Whittaky, tell him I hope he's having a brilliant time, and look forward to catching up with him once he replies to text messages at some point. But yeah, I hope all you lads and gals are having a bloody brilliant time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right, let me catch up with some chat here because I'm fucking messed a load as well. Oh Christ, I've gone too far. I've built the MTT 6 times. It's not a bad build, and the mechanics are pretty interesting. When I built my Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit, I got paper bags, but there were plastic bags inside the paper bags. Like Lego, what are you doing here? Expanded universe is 10 times better than Disney canon. I'm currently reading It's the Empire. It's already better. Exactly. I actually like the fact that they're separated, because to me it's like UCS and 18 plus Lego versus playsets. I'm not saying I'm not going to dabble in both, but one is for a different type of person, and that just makes it easy for me to know what do I fancy. Do I fancy something that's a bit deeper, a deeper cut, or do I fancy something that's a bit more family friendly, fun? It's almost like when I sit down, do I want to watch a horror movie, an action movie? And for me, not in every facet, but for me, I know that the canon stuff in terms of books, comics, watching is going to be a bit more family friendly. It's going to be a bit more kid orientated. It's going to be a bit more fun, exciting, a bit more like well-rounded. Whereas the non-EU stuff or the legend stuff is going to be grittier, darker. Do you see what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with having both, and not having everything be canon to be able to say it's canon, because it doesn't achieve anything then. Like, even if Disney turned around and said, right, all these books from in the past are now all canon, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make a movie or Lego sets or games out of them. That could be it. It changes nothing. So yeah, just get over it, guys. Oh, Imagine Art is out there, straight out of Tallahassee.
Hi, Imagine Art. Welcome in, and please drop a like. And I'm guessing you're a sub to Corhan already, but please drop me a sub if you could, please, as I'm on the road to 250. It'd be muchas gracias, much appreciated.
Yeah, Josh will help you out. He'll jump over and give you a quick subby if he hasn't already. He's actually been on a couple of streams with me before, so this is somebody who I've met just doing these daily lives, and turned into somebody.
Literally just got the notification he's subbed. So what's his name? Josh, is it?
Yeah, Josh.
Josh, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
One day I might understand what you're talking about, Star Wars, osmosis, or some such.
Yeah. I love Sarah. She, and I feel for her, to be fair, because I'd say 80% of the time we're talking about Star Wars more than anything else, and she's still a ride or die. So, Sarah, honestly, we do really appreciate you.
But if
sticking with us,
it really mattered to Sarah that much, she could just go and watch them. Do you see what I mean?
True.
So, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she has to, or that it matters to me either way. It's just cool that she hasn't, or whatever, but it's still here, kind of thing. Whereas if this was me, after a couple of episodes, I'd be like, let's say the shoe was on the other foot, and Sarah was hosting a Harry Potter based Lego stream or whatever, then I would be like, you know what, I need to go and watch some of these and kind of get myself refreshed to get back into it. I'm not saying it's good either way, but it's good or bad either way, but it's
it's
good. It is good because you come in every week without knowing anything about it.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's like I suppose, Sarah, what is your reasoning for not knowing? Like, have you watched Star Wars before and you just didn't like it, or is it just something? Because I understand that there's other franchises out there which I haven't watched yet, and I'm not bothered about watching because I don't want to risk getting into it. Like Marvel stuff, I've not seen any of it, and I feel like if I did watch it, I'd probably like it. So I just make sure I just keep my head uninterested, don't listen to any sort of Marvel stuff. Or same with Harry Potter. I think I've watched the very first movie, and at the time when I was a kid, I think I did enjoy it. But now as an adult, I think I do think I'd like it. But I just don't want to get into something again. Like I know what my head gets like. I get obsessed with things very quick. So yeah, I avoid it because I don't want to be seduced by it. So it's always interesting hearing other people's reasons why they don't watch things.
Yeah, no, Harry Potter is different for me because it came like, I know it's not necessarily a generational thing because there are some adult fans of Harry Potter, but generally most people are, well, I suppose they'd all be adult fans now anyway, but because those books came out in like the kind of, I don't know what it was, mid-90s or whatever, anybody who was kind of like a teenager like myself then, or perhaps late teens or even early 20s or whatever, and were kind of reading and into fantasy type stuff, would have gotten into that and then obviously grown up with it. And it's perpetuated by things like Lego, which is why I think Lego has done a good job by picking its licenses, because I think if it wasn't for things like Lego, Harry Potter would have been kind of forgotten about to some degree, because it's the only thing keeping it relevant. If you think about it, okay, they're making new movies now, or new TV show, or whatever it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
but that's only been in the last like year or so. Prior, it's been, what was it, 10 years, 10, 15 years since the last Harry Potter movie came out, Deathly Hallows Part 2. So
Probably.
it's been a long time without any Harry Potter, and even throughout, in between those movies, it was perpetuated by things like Lego, other merch as well. But yeah, so for me, like, if I know obviously that at some point we're going to have a show, Harry Potter based Lego show, and I think there's enough lore within Lego Harry Potter to do multiple shows on it over the course of time. And I'm going to enjoy those because it's something I don't know about, and I tend to find that a bit more interesting, mostly because I've got less to say, so I get to rest my voice and rely on other people. And those are the good opportunities to have guests on, when it's somebody who can kind of help educate me.
Yeah.
And not just that, because obviously I'm not doing it. We don't put the show on to educate ourselves. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to turn the camera on. We do it to entertain the people who are watching. So there's people out there who are going to be like, oh, I would like to know more about Lego Harry Potter, whatever. And I've obviously bought sets for Kirsty because she was a bit more of a fan when we first got together. So I think I was even buying Harry Potter sets for Lego sets before I was buying Star Wars sets for myself.
Yeah.
So I would do that, take that time to go and watch the movies again, because I do actually want to see them again anyway. But I know what you're saying. I'm kind of the same. I'm also like, I'm worried that if I get too into something, then that's it. Then I start down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, I think Harry Potter is a bit like Star Wars. It's stood the test of time, and it's got a kind of deep, rich tapestry of lore and things like that that's built up over time because it stood the test of time. And the longer something goes on, the more kind of detailed and stuff the kind of stories and the books and stuff go. The only thing that's different with Harry Potter is there haven't been that much kind of spin-off stuff.
Yeah.
It's just been the main books, and I think there's been a few other kind of side books, like the what I call the Fantastic Beasts and all that kind of thing. I actually found those movies. I don't think I've actually seen the third one yet, but I found those movies more interesting than I did the original movies. But obviously, it was aimed at a different audience. So
yeah, I get that. It's
I don't actually know where I was going with that point, if I'm honest. But
well, Harry Potter's massive. Like, it is massive. But I'm like you. I would be like, I'd be real keen to do a Harry Potter show, because it's nice to like with Star Wars, we've all got a very strong opinion because we're so passionate about it. But then when we've done shows on other themes, it's nice to just sort of learn with the viewers. You like
yeah,
sort of what they're watching us in live time, learn new tricks, new things. And like you say, it's good to just sort of sit back, and you can judge things then as well by just the eye test rather than the heart.
yeah,
Like when we're judging minifigures or sets, it's all eye test, which is quite fun. Because like you say, when we do like Star Wars tiers and battle brackets, we all have our own bias for reasons, don't we? And yeah, I would be keen to do a Harry Potter one. But
so
Sarah said, sorry, she's left a few comments here. Let's go through them. I've not watched, seen clips, obviously, and have a vague understanding. Was taken to see The Empire Strikes Back as a kid, and it terrified me. I'm reluctant to watch it alone, I guess. Fair enough. I don't think you'd be that scared of it these days. Force Bricks has to head out. Have a great rest of the stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciated, and good to hear from you. Catch you very, very soon.
Let's go back to this one from Pirate 1980. Evening from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm sitting here watching my super favorite YouTuber people while on my 30-minute lunch break, and I work till 8:30. Then I'm off till Monday afternoon. Amazing, nice. Pirate. Yeah, good to see you back in here again. Always comes in with the nice, sweet words, sweet comments. Appreciate you. And yeah, how's things out there in Atlanta, Georgia? I've been learning today in a little bit of free time I had. And when I say learning, I write something down and I just try to remember it. I do it with stuff quite often just to try and keep my brain, my old brain, basically. If I don't train it, it just starts becoming dormant. But I was learning about the capital cities of each state in the USA. So I had Kirsty doing a bit of a test of me while I was cooking tea. I got a few right, but I need to learn that a bit more. But yeah, so hello to Atlanta, Georgia. Enjoy the rest of your break, and hopefully the shift goes quick, and then obviously you get till Monday off. Tune in, Pirate, to Sunday show, 7 p.m. UK time. So that would be Atlanta, Georgia. So you're, so you would be Eastern down there. So it would be 2 p.m. UK time for you, 2 p.m. Eastern time for you. We got a great show, and being an American, you might find it kind of interesting. That's all I'll say. Yes, but the Wizarding World is more than Harry Potter 7 movies. There's the stage show plus the Fantastic Beasts movies, illustration book. Yeah, exactly. So I knew there was some kind of spin-off, but there's not like as much. But then of course it is a lot younger as well. It's kind of like 20 years younger.
It's got a very British feel about it as well, which that does intrigue me. I love her like British charm on TV shows and films. I think we're unbeaten when it comes to that sort of stuff. Like you can't beat British accents on the telly, can you?
No. So yeah. So what Sarah's saying has been 3 other movies. Yeah. So all the Beasts movies have come out since then, and I know obviously that has helped perpetuate it. But in terms of like obviously they're still releasing they've just released another Hagrid's Hut and a bus and that kind of thing. So I'm just saying that it's like Star Wars in that the reference material for that set that they've just released hasn't been seen for 20 odd years, and they're still able to release another version. But it's because of the fandom. The fandom is what's growing it, and in turn, I think the Lego being re-released as kind of quenches your thirst for, because what else would you have? I'm not saying everybody who's into something has got to have a Lego set to continue to be into it. I'm just saying it keeps it going for new audiences. So if you stood in a Lego store, I mean, I don't recommend doing this because you look a bit weird, but if you stood in a Lego store all day and watched who was buying that that new, what do I call it, the night bus, it wouldn't all be like adults. There'd be some kids buying it, and they're buying it because it looks cool, or because they know a bit about Harry Potter, or they've read the books, and it just gives them something else beyond the page, beyond the screen, that they can have something to show and display and that kind of thing. And obviously with Star Wars, there's a lot of merchandise. I know Harry Potter's similar, but so that's all I was saying is that it's good that Lego is kind of helping fans to kind of continue to live out. Like, as I built a set the other day, well, not the other day, but recently, that was from one of the sequel films. I can't remember what set it was. I think it was Rey's Speeder. I actually thought that set was pretty cool and a cute little set. It was a good price for when it came out. And again, not a huge part of the movie. And the movie itself obviously wasn't necessarily the best, but it doesn't mean I can't still enjoy that Lego build.
Definitely. Yep. Lego is great because you can enjoy building something that you've gotten absolutely no interest in.
Well, that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And then I think this is what I'm saying is like the kind of whole point I was trying to make is that then helps, obviously maybe not yourself because obviously, but you're making a conscious effort not to, but that helps people then get into what, do you see what I mean? So they can build something.
Definitely.
And then from that, they can be like, oh, I like this Harry Potter set. I'm going to build more. Oh, actually, I'm going to go back and watch the movies and I'll get whatever. Kirsty? Hello? Don't know what that was about. My Alexa just started making funny noises. But yeah, so it's that's what I'm saying about the whole perpetuates thing is that Lego keeps those juices flowing, and that's what I like about. And again, going back to what we were talking about with Disney, yes, there's been some questionable decisions made. Hello? She's just trying to get my attention.
She's probably thinking, will you two just pack it in now?
Well, she's 2 stories up. So, oh, shit. See, she went to, because she's been complaining about having a really bad shoulder. I think she's dislocated it or something, but she said the pain got gradually worse during the day. So she's able to still move it, but it was just painful to move. And obviously, if she dislocated it, it would be like all the time and constant. So I was like, yeah, that's right. So she took some painkillers, went to bed, but she just messaged me now to say she's in absolute agony and she needs me to try and find some stronger painkillers. So I'll let you guys in. I'll let you crack on with this for a bit, mate. I'm gonna go.
Do whatever needs be, mate.
I'll see if I can find some stronger painkillers now. I'll turn my mic off though. So
yeah, crack on. So if you're watching this, if you're still out there, let me know so I can hit you with some conversation, some banter, maybe some questions. Or if you have any questions for me, now's the time. Fire away. But if not, I suppose I'll just talk briefly about this build. Like I mentioned earlier, very difficult. And I've built some difficult things in the past, like the Venator was quite a difficult build, like the UCS one. But this is a 9+ set, and I can't imagine many 9-year-olds would have enjoyed doing this. And this is late for me. For those in the chat that know me, I know I like to go to bed early. But I've got a nice day planned tomorrow. No work. Got a bit of a lie-in. Not going to church this week. Going to me old dears to see me old man for a Father's Day brekkie, which would be lovely. I've bought my dad a brilliant Father's Day present. He's really into his garden statues, and I got him a Laurel and Hardy one. Funnily enough, Stan Laurel looks like Whittaky a bit. I'll have to take a picture of it for him. It's quite funny. I haven't done a Lego build like this for a long time. It's taken me a lot longer than what I thought it would. I thought I'd have this done and dusted by now, but it don't matter. That's what the weekends are for, innit? But yeah, if you are listening in and you're across the pond at Brickworld, maybe, I hope you're enjoying it. I'd love to be there one day. Would absolutely love it. It's quite difficult. I'm at an age and a stage where the money I could spend on Brickworld should be spent on my house, really, or it'd be hard to justify spending that much money to go on holiday without taking the missus and kids. Oh, it's a cracking brew. I've seen Sarah, you've commented. Let's see. I forgot it was Father's Day. Thankfully, he's happy with me turning up with a burger for him today. You know what? Simply just turning up and it is all a dad can ask. Just being able to spend time with sons, daughters. That's the important thing. And you know, most blokes are dead happy with a burger. But yeah, I'm proper milking it this year because normally on Mother's Day, my mum does like little gift bags and stuff for my sister and my girlfriend. And I just thought, right, sod it this year, flipping the script a bit. I don't want a gift bag. I just want a cooked breakfast. I just want a full English. So yeah, I'm dead looking forward to that. But yeah. Sarah, have you built any Lego this weekend? I saw your book nut got placed and it looks great. I'm really hoping Star Wars gets a book nook at some point. Because, I mean, Harry Potter's had 2 now, hasn't it? Lord of the Rings have got 1. There's a Sherlock Holmes one. And there's hundreds of Star Wars novels, so I don't get why. You'd think they'd capitalise on it. But I like the shape of them and stuff. My daughter will wish me a happy Father's Day tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, because your daughter doesn't live local, does she? I believe. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but yeah. I'd quite like a daughter one day. But we'll see. This is a cracking brew, by the way. Shouldn't really be drinking tea at this time of night, but Saturday, innit? It's not that wild. There'll be people out on the piss and that, wouldn't there? This time of night. I suppose for the people at Brick World, it has definitely made me jealous. She's in Seattle, so 4,500 miles away. Not exactly local, no. No, it's not walking distance, is it? Let's put it that way. And you built the piranha plant. Is that the Mario one? Because that looks really cool. It's a really it looks like one of them sets where you could put on the other end of the room and it wouldn't look like Lego. I love Lego sets like that because they're just easy to display and you can stick them in the house. Well, I do try every now and then to put Lego in the house, and the missus she goes nuts. Well, not nuts, but she's just like, I do not want any Star Wars ships in my lounge, and I kind of have to. I get it, to be fair. But yeah, the people at Brick World, it does make me very jealous, and it also makes me even more excited for Bricktastic next year because I know that's our version of it. Like seeing all the community get together, all the pictures, all the laughs and stuff. Like I remember this year's Bricktastic and how special those moments are. Like you meet up with people who you don't even know their faces. You just know them by names, and it's not even like real names. It's like Instagram names or whatever, and it's just such a special moment. So yeah, I'm really happy for, especially like Papa Rex, Liam, going to Brickwell for the first time, meeting the people for the first time. It's incredible for them, and I just hope I get to meet these people in the future. I'll never say never with Brickworld, because yeah, I would love to go. Maybe if I can get myself in a position where I can bring the family, and then that's my excuse to go. But yeah, Bricktastic next year. Sarah, if you're still listening in, it'd be amazing if you're able to come next year. We had such a good crack in the hotel on the evenings and stuff. It's just, yeah, such a laugh. Yeah, I couldn't recommend it anymore. I think it's always weird with, not weird, like the Lego community. Sometimes I speak to us, like our community, more than I speak to my best friends. So to have like an excuse to go and meet up, yeah, it's special. And not many people can say they they not, well, I know for me anyway, like none of my in-person friends, like around by me, I mean, like, and school friends, football mates, none of them are into Lego or even Star Wars. So to have this community where you can just share your hobby, share your passion, it's just, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to feel normal around people, let's put it that way. Right, bag number 6. Got 3 bags left. Am I going to finish it tonight? I mean, I'll be pretty impressed if I do. It's, like I say, normally in bed by 9:30. I don't even know what the time is now. Yeah, the Mario one. It's not so Lego looking. Super quick build. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, nice one. The Piranha Plant, I've always seen it in B&M. It's like, I just automatically think of B&M when I see it, 'cause it's just, yeah, it's always there. Any B&M, it's there. Definitely doing Bricktastic next year. Brilliant. Like I say, it'll be amazing to finally meet you, and you'll just love the banter we have. Definitely. It's really touching how you've all accepted me. Doesn't really happen for me. Sarah, you make it sound like it was a difficult thing. You fitted in more than anyone. You know what I mean? You're just part of the gang. And it was like I was saying, a lot of people you have in your life that's like close in your inner circle or like locally and stuff. It's rare to find people who share the same hobby and passion that we have. So everyone can just sort of be themselves in this community, which is what I think makes it stand out. There's no hiding nothing. You ain't gonna get the piss ripped out of you. Well, you will, but it's from a loving side. But no, Sarah, we're just grateful you're a big part of it. That's what makes it so special, this community. And yeah, it's just amazing times, isn't it? It's like if someone told me probably like 4 years ago that I'd be in this position now, when I wasn't even buying Lego or even thinking about it, that I'd be, meeting up with strangers of all different ages in Manchester to go to conventions and talking online with them on live streams, I would have been like, what are you smoking?
A couple more minutes, mate. I'll be back.
Mate, you're all right.
Just making a hot water bottle now for Kirsty.
Sarah, I actually live 2 hours from Seattle. Where are you from, Papa Rex? And to be fair, you could probably tell me, and I ain't gonna have a bloody clue, mate.
He's from Washington.
Right.
Not DC, the other Washington state.
Why is there 2 Washingtons? What's going on?
So one is Washington District of Columbia, which is a place inside Virginia, and the other one is Washington, the actual state, which is the complete opposite side of the USA. In the north, Northwest.
I mean, geography was never my thing anyway, but I just, America and its states, cities, it just sort of baffles me a bit. So I tend to just not be ignorant. I'm just sort of a bit zoned out with it. Like you could tell me you're from whatever city you're from, and I wouldn't have a clue where it is.
We can't complain about multiple places being called the same thing, because there's like a Newquay in Wales and Newquay in south of England. There's like 3 Newports in the UK.
I know, but the easiest thing about ours is they're all like.
I'm talking to the stream now, and I'm 2 stories up in the bedroom.
It's
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really.
Oh yeah, I suppose we're just used to it.
Just try and rest. As soon as you start feeling the painkillers kick in, just try and go to sleep.
Hopefully he can get to it now. Thank you so much.
Okay, love you. Good night. I'm on my way back down now, guys. I'm on my way back to the stream. Let's quickly wash my face.
Papa, if you're listening, have you made any purchases yet?
Sorry, it's not the sound of me pissing. Don't worry.
And if you have, what is it? Like, is the garage sale happened and that?
Right. Now I'm coming down.
That's one thing I would say about Bricktastic compared to Brickworld is I see a lot of people online, they have like lists of what they want to pick up or what they want to see at a Brickworld to potentially buy. Don't go to Bricktastic with any ideas of what you want to buy because it won't be there. It's not that sort of place.
Oh, how are you getting on with your build anyway?
All right, I'm on bag. Don't know, bag 6 out of 8. So I've got 3 bags left. It's taking shape. I was telling the chat. Well, I'm actually really proud of myself for being awake. Normally I'm asleep by 9:30, and I'm not even like mega tired either. Like I easily think I could finish this build tonight.
Oh, I was just about to say, are you planning to try and finish it, or are you going to do a part 2?
I don't know. I probably want to. Depends how long you want to stream for, I suppose.
I got no rush to finish. I'm probably going to be finished before you, but
Don't know how many pieces you got left. Do you reckon? How many bags?
Well, I don't know because I emptied them all, didn't I? So there's no way of knowing. But I don't know. I reckon. I mean, if I locked in, I could get this done in half an hour. Less than that. But obviously, I'm looking at. But as long as we're both looking at the chat and keeping it up with it, then I should be all right. Why am I building 2 of these? So I did hear some of what you were saying, but I don't know. Could you even hear me?
No.
All right. Because I did turn the mic on when I came back down and carried on talking while I was going upstairs and stuff. But I realised then that the signal might have been too crap. You might not have, because I was too far away from the mic receiver. So
yeah, I didn't hear nothing, but I was just chatting to Sarah. She's still out there.
Nice.
And Papa Rex has popped back in.
Did he say what he's been up to? Like, you know,
no, well, he might have. I did ask him.
Like, what's he doing right now?
No, he hasn't said anything.
So I'm guessing then that he's not. He must just be like hanging out, doing everything. I mean, bearing in mind it's what are they 6 hours behind there? So it's like what 5:30 in the afternoon. So he's probably just hanging out and doing stuff, and then just dropping the odd comment now and then, which is great. No complaints, obviously, but you might not necessarily be hearing what we're saying, kind of thing. So
no.
There you go. Some shit. I can't remember if I told you that or not. Yeah. It's really touching you. It doesn't really happen for me.
Sorry, Wi-Fi cropped out.
Yeah, so I wanted to get into this a little bit actually with Sarah. I'm guessing you've been addressing all these comments that she's put in, but
yeah, we've been having back and forth.
I'm visiting in November. Oh, awesome. We're in Washington, Ellensburg. So, what is the capital of Washington? I was learning this today.
The White House.
No, wrong one.
Do you mean wrong one? Oh, wrong Washington.
Washington. This is when you probably didn't hear me because Washington D.C. is a place in Virginia, which is on the East Coast.
Is Virginia supposed to be the place that's like where horror movies are set?
No.
Isn't it supposed to be like, or am I thinking of Transylvania? I don't know. So
Virginia, so you've got Virginia and West Virginia, but Virginia is where Washington is, and it's Washington District of Columbia, aka Washington D.C. Whereas there's also Washington State. What I was saying when I was upstairs, because I could hear you and obviously you couldn't hear me, was that we're the worst in the UK at naming things multiple.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. Oh, so they got like
we've got 3 Newports.
Yeah, there's like 3 Newports. There's 2 Newquays that are basically the opposite side of the. So if you go right down to West Wales, and there's a Newquay down there, and then you go across the water into like southwest of England, down Cornwall area, and there's a Newquay there as well. But anyway, not that it really matters, but no. So I've forgotten it, but it's actually the capital of Washington is Olympia. I should have remembered because I actually know a person called Olympia. But
I'm so shit at stickers.
So yeah, this is what I meant to ask. Sorry about Sarah. Is that I was thinking about it the other day. I'm not sure why. But I think a conversation came up between me and Kirsty, and I think she was saying like what brought her there, and I was like, I don't actually know. It was before I'd started doing my daily shorts. That's obviously brought in some new punters, but it was way before that. But I know it wasn't until like we were deep into the show. So we'd been going for like, I think almost a year before, but I can't remember, because I remember Whittaky, I think, and I seen her name like Paddy the theatre dog, and I just assumed that it was someone that Whittaky knew, because that was around about the time where he was doing those having his call-ins from his friends from work.
Yeah.
From his theatre show.
Yeah.
So I just assumed it was, with the name, it was that. And it was only like a couple of episodes later when Sarah was still there, and I was like, "Oh, you know Sarah?" And Wiki was like, "Well, no, I don't actually know her." And I was like, "Oh, well, where did she come from then? Where did she come from? What brought her to the channel? Where did she come from? And kind of why did she stay?" Not that it really matters. I'm obviously glad that you are and you did. So yeah, I was going to ask that. And the other thing I was going to ask is I can't remember if we ever got deep into the conversation enough to ask if. So I thought I remember us talking about trying to get Sarah to go to Seperatist next year.
She said she's coming.
Oh yeah, that's right then. So I couldn't remember where we were up to on that conversation.
She commented earlier, like definitely coming or something.
Oh,
which would be good. That'd be really good.
So to go from, not liking, if I remember rightly as well, because it was definitely must have been with Kirsty, because I remember the conversation being like, I'm not even sure whether Sarah even though she liked Harry Potter, whether she'd even bought any Lego before watching our streams. Not to say that we influenced that as well, but out of curiosity, was she already like at least a Lego fan when she came to us,
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the question, and still interested to know because I have no clue. I couldn't remember. I was like, I don't know. So,
no, it's definitely interesting because it's nice to hear, like you say, how people find us, because a lot of our first community, well, a lot of the community were people we knew before we were probably streaming anyway, or knew of,
yeah.
or like new names of. So yeah, it's great to
Well, that's
see
what I mean.
people come from
So we've
all
gone from
aspects.
not even somebody who doesn't even know us, doesn't like Star Wars, not into Star Wars or even necessarily into Lego, or as far as I know, definitely not into Star Wars Lego, and gone from that to being on the show, being in the chat, being like a member, and eventually, hopefully meeting us at Bricktastic, or us meeting her at Bricktastic, depends on how you want to see it, but I feel like that's such a wholesome story, and I do mean that from the point of view of just meeting like a person, like we met up with you and we met up with, not from a kind of self-centered point of view in that, oh, we've met one of our viewers, you know what I mean? Because obviously I don't think of it like that. I just think of it as getting to meet up with somebody who's also out there, just like
Sarah said, I don't think I've ever explained, like, I saw Alison Hammond mention you, so I looked, watched a bit, then caught her live, and I can't tell if she's joking or not.
Alison Hammond?
Surely not, Sarah.
Is that's the big black woman who with a crazy laugh,
Yeah,
right?
she's one of the most famous Brummies.
She mentioned us. No.
There is absolutely 0% chance she knows who we are. Sarah's got to be winding us up here.
I was going to say, if yeah, I feel like if that was the case, we would have got her on the show by now. She'd be a host by now. She'd make a good host as well. She'd keep it. She'd keep
brilliant.
Entertaining.
I love her order. I think she's class.
Yeah, because I remember watching her on Big Brother even. Wait, what? That's all right. Yeah, Big Brother. She was.
Whittaky was sweet enough to remember my real name, so I kind of stayed. Was Legoing? Yes.
Oh, she was into Lego.
That doesn't explain the Alison Hammond, Sarah. You've really intrigued me here.
Alison Hammond.
You went on about me just because I sound like her.
Probably. I don't think I'd even registered that she was a Brummie before, to be honest with you, but now I think about it. It's just one of those accents I hear so often that I don't even think about it, being that unusual for me.
Do you rank the Brummie accent real low?
No, not even close. Because I think it sounds welcoming, sounds friendly. Apparently, there was I was watching a Big Brother one year, and in there was a girl in there who pretended to be, well, she actually had Welsh heritage in her blood, but she pretended to be Welsh for the entire show and put on a fake Welsh. She was like an actress anyway, or something, like she did part-time acting, but she pretended to be Welsh for the entirety of the show. No, wait, it wasn't Big Brother. Sorry, was it Big Brother, or was it The Traitors? No, it was The Traitors. And so because she had family who were Welsh or whatever, it wasn't too hard for her. She just basically pretended to be Welsh the entire way through. And whenever she was talking off camera, to the camera where she wasn't being filmed or whatever, with her other, the other people who were on. You've seen The Traitors, right? You know what I'm talking about.
I ain't, no.
Oh, so The Traitors is basically almost like a game show.
I know how popular it is.
Yeah, it is pretty good in fairness. I'm not usually into that kind of stuff, but Kirsty kind of gets me to watch it, and then I actually oh, okay, I'm into this now. So anyway, in it, She long story short, it's like a game where everybody's got to kind of outwit each other, and they can either work together or they can basically fuck each other over. And obviously there's benefits and downsides to all of it, but not without going into too much detail about the actual game itself. She pretended to be Welsh because she'd read or heard somewhere that the Welsh accent is more like people trust people with a Welsh accent. I mean, for me, I was like, well, that's kind of bullshit, because there's like, I don't know, probably about 10 or 15 different Welsh accents, which you might not be able to tell the difference, but I can tell. I phoned some woman up the other day, and I knew as soon as I phoned her that I wasn't speaking to somebody from Cardiff. I was speaking to somebody from Newport, which is the next city down from Cardiff, but I can tell the difference between the accents, whereas most people wouldn't be able to.
Newport's like a bit more Englishy, isn't it?
It's not a lot of difference. I mean, most people I know wouldn't be able to tell the difference, even other Welsh people. For some reason, I can kind of pick it up. It's because I know a lot of people from Cardiff, and I know a lot of people from Newport. And yeah, but you're right. Yeah, it's not enough of a difference for it to really matter. The point is that I can tell. So her saying, "Oh, a Welsh accent," I'm thinking, well, that's quite general. That's like same as saying like an English accent, where they are very different. You speak to somebody from Newcastle and someone from like in Cornwall, and they sound, they may as well be from two different countries to me. So
yeah, we've got bloody loads.
So to say that, so that I found that was kind of, but I think I looked it up, and there's actually, it was like a thing where people were like, what accent is the most trustworthy, and apparently it was the Welsh accent. But for me, Birmingham is similar, because when you go to Birmingham, right, obviously I've been to Birmingham, been going back and forth to Birmingham for years, and to me it's very similar to Bristol in that the accent doesn't sound threatening, even by a threatening person. Like I was telling you, that time I was walking along the riverside, and that guy was dealing drugs or whatever, and he was a big bloke, like, and he was obviously dealing some drugs or something under one of the bridges, and I looked over him, and he was like, he said something to me, but if he'd been from like London or even from Cardiff or somewhere like that, and he'd said what he said, I might have been like, oh, what the heck. But it was because he said in a Birmingham accent, you couldn't take it seriously, or I couldn't, because the accent doesn't sound threatening. It's quite a soft accent, if you know what I mean. Like it's sort of like some come to you, oh mate, I'm gonna fucking duff you up. It's like, I know with that voice, you're not. Do you know what I mean? Like there's got to be. I mean, I know how you sound is not a reflection of, how threatening you might be or how dangerous you might be, but it's still in that. Whereas the Scouse accent, on the other hand, now I've got to be careful saying this because obviously there might be some people out there watching, but I'm not saying I hate Scousers in general, but I don't like the Scouse accent. And again, it doesn't.
No one does.
Not because it sounds threatening, but because it sounds, I don't know, it sounds rough. Do you know what I mean? It sounds, I don't know. It does kind of grate on me, the accent as well, if I hear it too much.
It's got to be the worst. It annoys me when they think we're the worst accent. Sarah says it's absolutely true. And Sarah, you have to go into more detail here, because she said her son watched your building and she was relieved because she didn't like doing it with him. When did Alison Hammond say that her son watched us? I feel like we're in a fever dream here.
What?
I know.
I thought it was supposed to be a joke. No, absolutely true. She said her son watched your building and she was relieved. So we're talking about Nimble or Cool Hand Luke?
Well, it won't be me. It'd be you, wouldn't it? Your channel. Unless it was like a Cool Hang show. Either way, it's nuts.
How have we gotten, regardless of whether it's you or me or whatever it is, how have we gotten this far without bringing that to light before? And because I want to find out when she said that.
Yeah, we've got to find that if it's on telly.
I want to clip it. I want to put it on the channel, again, regardless of who it is. I want to put it on the channel. I want to be able to say I was, this show or Nimble show or whatever was mentioned. I want to try and reach out to her and be like, hey, thanks for the shout out. Do you want to be on the show? That is crazy. She's got to be.
It was definitely you. Oh, it was ages ago. Took me ages to follow you after. Where was it, Sarah? Was it like on the news? Was it?
There's no fucking way. No, absolutely true. She said, "Oh, it was ages ago. Took me ages to follow you after. Definitely Cool Hand Luke." What the hell?
That is mental, mate.
No. So, what the fuck?
Ask AI if they know they can track it for you.
Did she say it on this morning? This is fucking crazy. I'm not going to sleep now tonight until I find this. I'm going to be up till like 6 in the morning. You're probably better at that kind of thing than me. Why don't you try and do it? Because I'm fucking useless.
I'm going to ask AI now. Has Alison Hammond ever mentioned? I'll just say Lego.
How did you not come to the show and see us like rinky dink, like in back alley piece of shit show and be like, wow, I'm here because Alison Hammond told me to come here and I'm really disappointed. Like, how did you not mention that sooner? That's fucking crazy. What a wild story. How have we had all these conversations with Sarah and that's never come to light? Because that's quite a big thing. You know, I would have been putting that in my fucking bio.
AI can't find it. Has Alison Hammond ever mentioned her son building Lego?
I had a awakening recently because somebody was saying, oh no, we were out and about, and I don't think Maya was even talking to me. She was talking to Kirsty, and she was like, oh yeah, she said, one of the boys in school, she said, like he always does, it's not like a bully or anything, but he just does stupid stuff in class. And she said everybody else laughs at him, but she said, I don't find him very funny. So she said, so he always like tries to make an extra effort to make me laugh because whatever. Anyway, she was like, she said, and I was overhearing this conversation because I thought, oh, it sounded like she was having some kind of trouble with this guy, but then it just sounded like, it sounds probably more like he probably fancies her or something than he's being like a dick. Because he was basically trying to make an, I can't remember exactly what the conversation was. That's by the by. But then while she's having this conversation, she's carrying on and she's saying, oh yeah, she said, because then they were talking about my dad's YouTube channel and that one of them had been in the chat and said hello. And then and she was like, oh, she said, and now like a couple of times they've shown me like pictures where they've Googled it and it shows like the Google search results, and they're like, "Oh, is this your dad?" And I'm like, "Wait, what? What did you just talk about Google?" Because she's like, "Yeah, didn't you know that?" She said, "When you Google search Cool Hand Luke," she says, "all your YouTube content comes up." And I was like, "What? I didn't know that. Why didn't someone tell me that? I would have been Googling myself."
That's cool.
But when I tried Googling it, I couldn't get anything to come up. It just kept coming up with Cool Hand Luke. But she said, "That's because you've actually probably Googled the movie in the past," she said, so it'll go on like your history as well. She said, well, somebody's never typed that in their life and probably doesn't even know there is a movie or a character called that you based it on. They're going to come up with the most relevant stuff, which, you know, to a kid or a teenager in school, it's going to be, you know, a Lego channel on YouTube, because they're probably on YouTube all the time and they probably have or have Googled or bought Lego. And I was like, I never even thought of it like that. So it's so fucking crazy to think that, you know, Maya's basically getting fucking bullied in school because I've got a YouTube channel. No, it's not getting bullied, but you know, getting wound up. But she said that, well, she said she would have been a bit embarrassed about it. She said if it weren't for the fact that they were all saying how cool it was. So they weren't making fun.
Alison Hammond and her son are on a Channel 4 documentary together called Top Toys of All Time, and it's the top 100 toys list from Hamleys, and Lego is featured as one of the giant toys. In this show, Alison Hammond and her adult son Aidan explore the store alongside other guests like Jonathan Ross. So it's got to be in that documentary, isn't it?
Well, hopefully Sarah will remember and tell us. And then
Sarah
we can,
thinks it was on this morning.
I've got to watch that episode now of that show and see.
Yeah, you
That
got to
handle.
find that, mate.
Was that?
You've got to find it.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Wait till I tell Slurpee that. He's going to fucking love that. He loves all that kind of shit, doesn't he? And he'll be on the fucking hunt for it as well. He'll find it. If I
Yeah,
tell
he'll
it,
fucking find it.
if I set him on the mission, he'll fucking find it.
Yeah, he'll find it. He loves that sort of shit, doesn't he? Fucking hell, that's nuts.
I can't believe that. That's made my night. I mean, it would have done if it was you as well, because obviously I didn't know who she was talking about to start with. But
No, I'm just as like I don't really
what I'm
care
saying.
who it was about. You know what I mean? It's just fucking. It's nuts as anyway. Whether it was yours or mine.
Yeah, that's got to be a claim to fame as well, if I can find it.
Mate, that's massive. Like, if your name's mentioned by Alison Hammond, that's massive.
I just, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in Sarah, because obviously she's not to know. But why would you not have said that sooner? That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure she was on the sofa with Dermot and maybe Davina too. Oh,
Dermot, who?
Davina.
Oh. Is Davina a regular host there then? Because if she's not, that'd be a little bit easier to find. Because I did.
Alison Hammond on This Morning talking about Lego.
Guys, if you're out there and you're watching, or even if you're watching this on replay and you can help us hunt down this clip, please let me know and I will make it. If you can find the clip before I do and you can let me know where and when it is, then I will be forever in your debt and sing your praises on the show.
This is going to be really hard to find.
Don't worry about it too much now, mate. Concentrate on your build. I'll have a little look later.
Did Sarah say why she stayed? Found out how she found us, but what made you stay, Sarah?
That's a bigger question, yeah. Oh, why the hell are you still here?
What the bloody... Where's this bloody piece?
What have I done here? Oh, I've paused this up.
I can't find a piece and it's really getting on my tits. The annoying thing is I know it's here somewhere.
Well, you're only doing one bag at a time.
It's probably here, fucking just laughing at me.
Fucking warm in here, I tell you.
I'm sweating my tits off.
Yeah, I noticed, and when I walked out of the room to go and have Kirsty out, I was like, I hit a fucking wall of cold air. I was like, because I had the door closed in this room. It's quite a biggish room as well, because dining and living room all in one. But yeah, the humidity had built up. Sweating concrete. I've got a proper swamp ass as well now.
Chef's arse. Where the fuck is this piece?
Not still in the bag, is it?
No.
I was going to say, fucking hell, I dumped all bags and I haven't lost a piece yet. But in fairness, these were all mostly small parts. And also, I haven't finished the build yet, so this is still early doors. What a fucking revelation. for us to be like, what got us into you, Sarah? Just the fact that me and Kirsty were having the conversation recently and be like, where the hell did Sarah come from? I don't mean that in a rude way. It's just like, you can understand, Force Bricks and even like Imagine Art and people like that who've come along while I've been doing the daily live streams. But with Sarah, it was like, there's no, what's the connection like, And I've never questioned it because I don't really need to. Doesn't really matter, it's not like you've got to justify being here. But I just always found it quite curious, and I think for whatever reason it came up in conversation. I don't know why. I think it was what were we talking about? We must have been talking about something for it to come up. But that was it. I think it was. No, it wasn't that. We were talking about brick when I went to Brick World, and I said to Kirsty, I said, there wasn't many times when I went out with everybody at Brick World or with a big group of people, and because we didn't have cars, we were kind of just jumping in with whoever we could. But I said the one thing I did find odd at the time while I was out there is that every time we did, which again wasn't a lot, but it was 4 or 5 times, every time we did, everybody else got to the car before me, but always left me the front seat. Kirsty was like, "Oh, it's just respect, it's just respect." And she said, "Oh, probably just because you were taller." And I said, "Yeah, but I just thought it was weird." I was like, "Well, why do people do that? Why did that?" I didn't call shotgun or nothing, but we were just having random conversations about that. And then what was it we were talking about? We must have been talking about something to be like, I don't know. I think we were just generally saying something along the lines of like, well, yeah, but there's only so far you can take your YouTube channel when you're talking about something so... Oh, that was it. I think Kirsty was talking about, once I've got to this 1,000, she said, you should think about doing like a daily live stream or like a regular live stream where it's not Lego based. And it's just, she said, because you said yourself that you've gotten quite a lot of, new subscribers and whatever, and gotten to know people when you've not even mentioned Lego, or you haven't been talking about Lego, or you've been out just living your life. She said, and a lot of people like that. She said, because I follow quite a lot of YouTubers. She said, and the ones I find the most, some of them do makeup tips and some of them do like nail polish and all that kind of stuff. She said, which is the main reason that I find them in the first place. Or there's some that do like horror podcasts and stuff like that. She said, but they're the reason I find them. She said, but the reason I stay is because they do like everyday life things as well. She said, so like where they'll go out and they'll just be like going out and showing them going shopping or going to pick their kid up and chatting to the chat, but it's not like anything particularly exciting. She said, because I think people like to see real people. They don't like to see this kind of over polished. The only time you ever see me, I'm sat behind the desk talking about something that I've got written down, rehearsed. And I'm not saying people don't like that kind of content, because people like M&R, for example, love all that shit. But I'm kind of the same in that I prefer watching his videos where he's just kind of out and about and he's just got his camera on, than I do him sitting there doing something that this kind of rehearsed, because it's more real. And you're getting to see that, and so Kirsty's saying you should do something like that. She said, because what I got to think about, she says, everybody who's on your channel only really likes, it's only Lego people, and it's only people who are into Lego and Star Wars, so you're never going to take it any further. And I was like, well, no. I said, we got Sarah. So she was like, what? And then I said to her, I said, well, no, she didn't. I'm not even sure. I'm not 100% sure if she liked Lego or not. I said, but she's not into Star Wars. She still isn't even now. She's never really watched the films, and she don't know anything of the lore, but she gets involved and enjoys, and usually the first person in the chat and the last person in the chat kind of thing. I said, so that just goes to show that it's nothing to do with, well, not always to do with what we're talking about. It's to do with enjoying the company or being part of a community or just being part of something bigger than, do you know what I mean? You feel you're
part of something.
Feel like you're part of something, and then you can go and meet up with these people and have a good time and enjoy their company and stuff like that. And like I said, it's always been good for me because I've been involved in quite a lot of communities over the years, but they've never really stuck, you know? It's never really lasted because probably they weren't the right fit. It's just that it was the only thing I had at the time, you know? So it's just kind of like, I know it sounds awful, but you're there kind of by default. So like when I was involved with the Facebook Lego community, like that was great and everything, but you know, it was a bit not personal enough for me. You know, you don't get that same connection from posts, you know?
Nah, from hearing someone say your name.
Yeah. So for me, it was like, there was that, and there's other things, bits and pieces that I've kind of done, got involved with and enjoyed at the time, but then afterwards thought, no, that's not really for me. Moved on. Yeah. This is the first time where I felt like I'm part of a community that, you know, appreciates you back as much as you appreciate them, you know? And even in some cases where that isn't the case, you know, not to want to go into too much detail, but there are obviously some people out there where you're like, it ain't reciprocated. They don't, they don't, you know, make an effort back. And you're like, okay, whatever, just move on. Like, but it isn't generally on the whole. You kind of feel, you know, you feel like you're part of something bigger, like, you know, bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
And I love all that kind of stuff, but yeah, so I was saying to Kirsten, I was like, well, yeah, we've got like Sarah. She wasn't into any of that stuff, and she still watches and she tunes in, and it's like, and she was like, oh, well, how did she find you? What brought that on? I was like, actually, I don't know. I don't even remember. It was just, I can't remember her not being there, kind of thing. It was just all of a sudden she was around. So yeah, basically just completely glazing Sarah at this point.
I've made a right cock up with this build.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this as well. I can't work out.
I've put a fucking Technic piece in the wrong place, and it's like, I've just got no fucking chance of getting it out.
Oh no. You gotta take it all apart, have you?
I don't know. It's like, seeing here, right, can you see that black Technic piece, them two black pins?
Oh yeah.
They need to be in the hole above. And how the fuck do I get that out of there? There's no fucking room to get my hand in.
The hole above?
So see, like, where is it? See this pin here?
Yeah.
It needs to be in that hole.
Oh.
And that one up there needs to be in the hole below it. But I can't get my fucking hand in there and get enough grippage to get it out. And there's no room the other side of it.
Why didn't you just put two more? If it's not gonna make a difference, can you not put two more pins in?
I think it does make a difference, though.
Because I think I did something like that before, and I just put two pins in where they're supposed to be. Because you always get spares of them anyway. So
I don't think I can get away with it, and I haven't got any spare pins anyway.
You should get at least one in that build.
I know.
You might not have come across it yet, though, in fairness, because spares aren't always where you want them to be. Let me just double check that. Battle of Felucia Separatist MTT.
Oh, got it.
Did you get one out?
I think, well, yeah. That was fucking clever. Done well there. Right now I need to do the same shit the other side. I can feel pieces falling off.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to start winding myself up here.
You got 22 of those pins in that set in total. There's also a pink brick in there as well.
Yeah, I've used that.
And you've got how many spares?
I've got them. Ha 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 ha! Get to fuck.
Yeah, you get one black pin spare, so you wouldn't have had enough anyway.
To be fair, the only thing that's fell off is a fucking blaster.
So I've got this position here now. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I've done this arm right, and I've checked. I've done the arm right, but you've got to. Have you built this?
Yeah.
So you've got to connect these two together, and it clips here, but it doesn't clip to anything on the arm. So I'm thinking, okay, what's the point? But it doesn't.
Oh yeah, it just sits there like that.
Yeah, but in the instructions, it shows it leaning up against further up. Like if this was a longer rod, it would be in the right place. But it's the only size rod I've got. So this is a 3 long rod, and I think if I had a 4 long rod, it would be further up the arm where it shows like in the instructions. Look, you look at those instructions there.
Yeah.
You see, like where it's leaning up further up the arm. It's leaning up all the way up here.
I think I remember the exact same problem that you're having, and you just ignore it.
Because I feel like I want to swap it out for some 2 4 rods in my spares so that it sits in the right place, because it just kind of feels redundant sitting down there. Not, obviously if it's not connecting to anything, that's right, but I'm just going to battle. Oh, not battle droid. What am I talking about? Droidica.
Lord, give me strength.
Set.
Got
Droidica.
it. Now I'm on fucking track.
Hold on. Pardon me.
He says.
Yeah, it says, yeah, they supply you with 5 of the 3 long bar arms. Sorry, 3 long bar. I feel like it should be a 4 long bar, because looking at the instructions, it looks longer as well.
Shit. Put that on fucking premature. Why knobhead on bit? This is getting on the tits a bit.
Perhaps you're just too tired, mate.
Maybe.
If you're starting to feel it and you want to call it, just let me know, mate.
I'm tired, but at the same time, I don't want to leave a fucking half-built Lego set here.
Have you ever done that?
What?
Built a half built a set?
I can do it, but it's like it's on the lounge table. There's bags all over the shop. If my son sees this when he comes downstairs in the morning, it's game over.
Oh, do you build just straight on the table then? You haven't got like a tray or anything like what I've got?
I've got a tray.
Just whip the tray up, put it up somewhere high or something.
Thing is, I've been that pissed off the last 5 minutes. I've sort of got myself up. Yeah, and I've got to see it through. Like I've just spent like probably 10 minutes reversing what I'd done, but now I'm back on track. I mean, this is a really fucking cool mechanism. It's fucking really cool.
I'm interested. It's funny actually, because I'm interested to see the mechanism of yours when it's complete. But I'm also interested to see the mechanism of mine, because this thing rolls up into a ball.
Yeah, it does. Well, do you want to full screen me a sec? Because this, you'll get to see this without all the panels on. So it's like...
Fucking, I haven't seen those big red arch pieces for years.
So you spin this dial on the top, and like this pops out. And obviously that'll have the battle droids on.
Nice.
But it's like you don't have to touch any other part. And like even the lid and the, you know, the bottom ramp, they close. I think it's fucking really clever. Yeah,
the way they're able to wind it back in and not catch on that circular lid thing on the way back in. The way they've done that is really good.
It's really clever, isn't it? It's like,
because normally the issue would be that it would just catch you on the way back out, on the way back in. Right? Yeah,
it's really satisfying.
See, so downscaling, and obviously, you know, the nicer colouring, I think it's worth, and the figs, I think make that set acceptable to be downscaled. Because if you can, like, I got no problem with downscaling if they can make improvements on the set.
Yeah,
See
yeah.
what I mean?
And we sort of fall in the same bracket of downscaling doesn't annoy us too much because it's like, well, I can get more stuff with the space I've got.
Yeah. It is hard to comprehend when they're doing like the whole pricing thing as well, though. But then again, so circumstantial because, you know, obviously, yes, you can adjust for inflation, but then other people say, well, yeah, but it's more pieces or less pieces or more figures or less figures, and there's so many different elements. You'd have to be like the fucking Rain Man to work out whether the set was better. Now, don't get me wrong, if, you know, 10 years ago you could have got a really good build of a turbo tank with 8 figs,
Yeah.
and then 10 years later a crap version of a turbo tank, the smaller, with 6 figures, and it's 200 quid, then there's no science to that. That's fucking wrong, isn't it? But in a lot of cases it's not that straight cut.
No.
So this is why I always try to, both in content, on what we do on the show, but particularly in what I like to put on my channel. And I know I don't do a lot of like reviews and that kind of stuff, but when I talk about like videos and when I do any kind of videos or anything like that, I can't be asked mentioning price, because it's just so circumstantial. Because are you paying full price? You know, people are happy to pay more for something. It's just like when you buy a fucking brand new car.
Yeah.
You know, some people are going to look at you and go, why the fuck did you pay that? Well, I wanted to be the first person to ever drive this car and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? If that's what you're into and that's what you want, then it's worth more to you. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So arguing about price to me is almost as asinine as arguing about someone else's opinion. If someone else says they like that set, you fucking shouting in their face that no, the set is crap, that has no effect on their opinion. So it's kind of fucking pointless. So why would you waste your time? Like, you can say you don't like a set. Someone else, Jim, can say he hates a set. You can say you love a set. And great, move on. But
there's no right or wrong, is there?
That's what I'm saying. So when it comes to price, I don't think it's a fair analysis in terms of it being, I mean, I know obviously I'm here making a statement that that it's circumstantial, like an opinion, and yet what we do talk about a lot of is opinions of sets. So I get that, but the difference is with an opinion is it can be interesting and it's never straight-laced, whereas other people, like if I say I like something and you say you don't like something and it's the same set, people can find entertainment in that and be like, whoa, I can't believe you like that set or whatever, and it not affect their. Whereas when it comes to price, people are so passionate about it being, you know, a rip-off or whatever, especially when it's not so straight cut, that they completely like, nah, I'm not going to buy Lego again because, you know, the prices are bad. And I'm like, yeah, but they're only bad if you're paying that price for them.
Yeah.
If you're not paying that price, like I know what they're getting at. They're getting at the principle of the thing, and the principle of the thing is that Lego has released it at this price. But that only becomes a problem if everybody buys it at that price, and you're not in a position to.
Well, the argument of price would only really count is if discounts weren't a thing and everyone had to pay the same price at all times. And then it's fair enough, isn't it, to comment on it. But the fact like you can moan and say, oh, this set's well overpriced, and I can say, well, okay, you might not be happy paying £100 for it, but I'm happy to. Or you might think, oh, this set looks like it's worth 80 quid. I'd be happy paying that. And I might think, well, actually, I think it's worth 50 quid. So it's pointless, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's not something that we can control. But it's also not interesting, I don't think, for viewers at least, to watch, because you're never going to get an answer. Whereas with I feel like with an opinion, like opinions, if they either go with everybody else's opinion, in which case it's kind of easy but also kind of boring, or they become hot takes. So like everybody knows now that I think the ARC 170 is not the ARC 170, sorry, the V19, the newer version of the V19 is better than the old version, and I've owned both. And people are like, that's a completely hot take, but they know it now, and it's become, like, I've stuck by it. I'm not going to say it's different because society tells me that it's better.
Yeah.
But it is that becomes like an element of entertainment value for people, but it's like, oh, Cool Hand don't do UCS, and Cool Hand thinks this is better, and Cool Hand likes what do you call them? What are the frigging mechs, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's become like a bit of a, because that's entertaining, because and it's entertaining because I've got a different opinion to the general opinion, and it's the same with all of us with one thing or another. So, but yeah, I don't know. And again, I'm not thinking of it. When I have these opinions or whatever, I'm not thinking to myself, oh well, which is more entertaining. I just feel like when it comes to price, by the time you factor in how much you have paid, and of course, like whenever we talk to Liam about $1,000 set, and Liam's like, well, that whole conversation about that Death Star being $1,000 means nothing to him, because it's more than that for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was less for us in the UK. So that entire conversation and the conversation circling about $1,000 set, the first $1,000 set. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? It's just it's not relevant to everybody. So
yeah.
I mean, I get pissed off when I see people, like you said, saying they're gonna judging a set by its price, because I just think that's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, there's just so many opportunities to get sets at different prices these days, isn't there?
Well, that's it. And not only that, but like, I think the argument was, I was talking to Hive about it, and he was saying, well, even if it's overpriced and you wait for a deal, you're still getting. And I said, no, I understand that. I feel the same way. If a set comes out and there's $100, let's just say for argument's sake, is $100. Let's just say for argument's sake, dollars, right? Because that's the currency, obviously, the most people deal in this community. So, if it's $100, but you're like, nah, that ain't worth $100. That's worth, $50. Then when it comes down to $50, then I still want a discount on it off that.
Yeah.
Because it's only come down to the price I think it should have been now. So you still, do you know what I mean? So there's still work to do in terms of, and that's what I was saying, is because if that same set had been $50 a couple of years back, when the value for Lego was better, then you would have waited for a discount on that. That's why I'm saying, I do both. So I'm trying to think of a live example, because there isn't many. Oh, like the battle pack, for example. So that 327th. I can never remember the fucking thing. 327th battle pack, when it came out, I didn't agree with that price at all. So I'm not going to be paying that. It was like, what was it, 35 quid?
I think so.
Well, the last time we had a battle pack that size, it came out, I think, at 25, and I thought that was too much. So I waited for it.
It might have even been 40 quid. I'm not sure, but either way.
But I thought the last one was good value at 20.
Yeah.
And I actually like the figures in this one more. The Yellow Troopers, I like them more. So for me, I said to myself, well, it's 40 or 35, whatever it was, but I think 22 is a reasonable price to pay for it. When it got to 22, I bought it. Now, I think the actual price of that set, coming out of 35, that Lego would have valued it at, was probably, I don't know, maybe like 30. They only put that extra 5 or extra 10 or whatever it was on there to make that extra money off the people who had to have it day one. Which, you know, I all hail Lego for doing that. If people are stupid enough to fall for it, then they deserve to do it.
It's up to them, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't necessarily disagree with Lego. Oh, fucking hell, I'm an idiot. I just worked out why I couldn't work out that problem. But no, I just think you've got to. It's not just a case of buying it when it comes down to the price that it should be. If you're a deal buyer like I am, you should buy it when it goes down to the price that it should be, plus a discount, which is a lot to ask. But if you stick to that, then it's going to pay off for you. And that's basically what I've done with every set.
Yeah, it just requires patience, doesn't it? But it pays.
Yeah, I just realised the reason I wasn't getting these arms, the bar's in the right place now, look. It's because I've forgotten that you can fucking bend it at the elbow. So, of course, you bend at the elbow, the arm's further up, isn't it? Fucking Wally.
Not bad. I'm definitely going to call it a night after this bag.
Yeah.
I'm going to save one. I'll have to finish one bag tomorrow. This has been a wake-up call. I'm shit at building Lego. No, it's just because I haven't done a set like this for a while, or it was difficult, or what, or it's because I'm tired, but I've made such a fucking mess of it.
She was on the sofa with them. Gosh, I'm sorry for the rabbit hole I was kind of saving for when I came on the stream. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. No idea why stage you made me laugh. That helped. I don't have many people in my life that get the Lego or the need to have to just be myself and fuck expectations. Yeah, absolutely. You've all just accepted me, and it's refreshing to be around you all. No, that's look, and I think that's the same with each other as well.
Nice.
And I say each other, I don't want it to sound like we're on this pedestal and then there's the viewers. I mean each other as in like guests, hosts, everybody. Like, why is it picking up an echo? Is that me again?
I don't know. It could be me.
Every now and then I get it. I turned to.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely.
I don't know what that is.
Turn around.
Hey, see? Do you know who sang that?
I should do.
All right, love, I'm Bonnie Tyler. Welsh. The influence is just in. She's from she actually born and raised in an area just like the next village over from where I was born. So she's from Sully originally.
Well, that's not that impressive. There's only like
Sully,
2 villages in Wales.
Sully is like right next to Barry, basically. So it's between Barry and Cardiff.
How far away from Cardiff are you?
Oh, about an hour and a half's drive, 2 hours on the train.
I've got a wedding in Wales next year.
Yeah.
If it's not too far from yours, fancy letting me come over?
Yeah, okay, mate. Why, you want to stay here, do you?
Well, say if yours is within like an hour drive, rather than driving back to Birmingham on the night.
Will you be, you and the missus, will it be? Yeah.
Probably just me. Depends what time of year it is. I haven't even looked at the invite.
I'm not even sure. I'm not even 100% convinced you have got a missus, to be honest with you, mate, because you're talking about her all the time, but we never actually see her or hear anything. She's like the only person in the whole of the streaming community who's like a background character that's never been heard or seen or anything on the show.
She would be mortified if she was on camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So when she knows you're streaming, it's just like, right, I'm going near the far end of the house, like, for the day or wherever.
Pretty much, yeah. And she knows, like, when I'm streaming, she knows it's a bit of me time. Just leave me to it. You know what I mean?
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, are you married then?
No.
Because you always say missus, and I think to myself, because Kirsty hates it when I call her missus, because she said no, because I'm not yet, which is fair enough. So I try not to say it. But obviously now, because you guys know her anyway, then it's just easier to say Kirsty. But
I always just say missus. I don't know. I just do. It's quicker than saying girlfriend every time, isn't it?
yeah.
But yeah, she does exist.
Not a figment of my imagination.
No. I mean, if she didn't exist, I would be buying a lot more Lego, and I'd have a lot more Lego in the lounge.
So whereabouts is this wedding then? You don't know yet?
Don't know, because my mate sent me the invite, and I've had a new phone since, and WhatsApp doesn't like track messages, so I need to text him and ask him to resend it me. But are you classed as like South Wales?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
West Wales, really, but there's not a lot of difference.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Does he live here then, or is he just getting married here?
No, it's one of my mates from school. He lives around by me. I don't know why he's getting married in Wales. Fucking pain in the arse. Probably because it's such a shithole. He probably got it so cheap.
Yeah. Well, it's funny actually you say that, because me and Kirsty looked for ages, like locally, and we couldn't find. That's why we get married in London, because we couldn't find. Oh shit! This fucking sticker on the wrong way. Oh, you twat! It has to be the one that fucking stayed down. Yeah, so we couldn't find like anything that we wanted within our price, within like a reasonable price range. Not even within our price range, but a reasonable price range. And when I say that, what I mean is, you know, if our budget is, I don't know, £10,000, and the places we were seeing were £12,000, fair enough. You know, still out of our budget, but that's a little bit different from, you know, your budget is 10,000 and everywhere you're seeing is 25,000. It's like, what the fuck? That's just unreasonable for what you're getting. And yet London was, oh fuck, I put the wrong fucking sticker. Oh, you twat. I put the wrong fucking sticker on. And the annoying part is that was the one, it was the one that I put on wrong. So I've already peeled it off once to put it back on right, because I thought I had it the wrong way around, but I hadn't. I put the wrong entirely on the wrong fucking plate.
That is frustrating.
I'm gonna try and fucking peel it off, and I know I'm gonna fucking make a crease in it. Fucking wanker. Ah, I've already fucking ruined the corner trying to peel it off. Ah, you bastard. Yeah, so there was a bit of a difference between out of our budget, but oh well. And no, that's fucking stupid. And yet, London, we managed to find something not only reasonable in terms of like price, but within our budget.
Yeah, fair play, because they ain't cheap, are they?
You got any plans, mate? I think I asked you that recently, actually.
Well, I have, but it's just so bloody expensive. I mean,
Oh, fucking tell me about it.
the priority for me at the moment is to move house, because we've got a lovely house at the moment, but it's 3 bed, which is fine, but probably plan on having next child maybe, I don't know, next year. So our third room would be their room, but at the moment it's quite handy because it's got like all the missus' wardrobes and stuff. So it's like once we lose that room, where the fuck's that gonna go? And I was gonna put a big extension on the back of the house, but I can't get the planning permission for it. So now it's
really?
like, yeah. So now there's no point. I just don't see any point being here. You know what I mean? I feel like I've outgrown it already. So priority for me is move house, and then we'll see what's going to happen after that. I want my own fucking Lego room as well. You know what I mean? I want my own space again.
Yeah. We haven't lost the attic, though, have you?
No, I've still got the loft, but it's just full of boxes now.
Oh.
Like I've actually got more shit in there. It's not just a Lego room now, so it's like I can't go up there and like use the space or take pictures or nothing. So like now, once I've built this MTT, I'll take a few pictures of it, and it will get bubble wrapped and put in a bin.
Really?
Yeah, all my Legos pretty much, apart from the Death Star and the Razor Crest and the barge, I think everything else is bubble wrapped in a bin.
Welcome to my world, mate. Well,
Yeah.
not even bubble wrapped. In most cases, just take it apart, bag it up, and.
See, I can't be asked to take it apart. I'm too lazy for that, so I just thought, fuck it, I'll bubble wrap everything. But yeah, I'm going to start tidying up because it's making me nervous knowing that my son will be downstairs before I am tomorrow. Got the food shop coming 7 till 8, and whenever we get that slot, they come at bloody 7 o'clock all the time.
7 in the morning?
Yeah.
You've got a car, haven't you? Why don't you just go fucking drive and get it?
Oh mate, there is no point in driving to the shops these days.
Really?
I think it costs £4 for delivery. So to pay an extra £4 and not have the hassle of going to the supermarket is fucking worth every penny, I think.
Plus, I guess, yeah, the cost of petrol as well. So
it's just it's a no-brainer.
yeah, it's not something I've ever had to really deal with, but not only because I work close to the shops, but
Does
obviously
Kirsty
we don't
drive?
have a car. No, none of us do. No.
I would say I bet that's a nightmare, isn't it? But because none of you drive and you haven't driven, you don't really know any different here.
No, and we've managed without it. Not only that, but like we've talked about it, about one of us potentially learning to drive, and Kirsty was like, "Well, it's going to cost me more in parking every day than I currently pay to get the train. Yeah, it's the convenience, but obviously when you think the extra cost for petrol and then just running a car just to have it, and then you still got all the stress of driving there, and it's actually would take probably longer because the train route is direct and it's like one stop. Whereas, so it's just all that fucking extra aggro, and she's just like, it's just not worth it. Just wouldn't get the use out of it that warrants it, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I wouldn't get any use out of it because it's easier for me to just walk to work. So
you ain't got a ferry Maya around either, really, have you?
no.
She's sort of old enough to. She used public transport, I'm guessing.
No, where she lives in like in Ammerford, which is not far away from here. But she walks to school because she's like quite close.
Yeah.
But her mother and her stepdad both got cars, and they like drive
Drop her
everywhere.
off.
Drive
That's
everywhere.
good.
So yeah, they're always happy enough to drop her off. Like I said, I've offered to go and like collect her and stuff, and they're just like, it's just easier for us to bring her. So in fairness,
fair enough.
when Maya was a baby, I was traveling like from the valleys, or a bit of you wouldn't know, but a massive distance to go and collect her and drop her back for years when her mum didn't have a car.
Yeah.
Before she was with the guy she's with now. So I basically did all the travel for the first 5 or 6 years that Maya was, when she was a baby, right up until that point, until I moved closer to here. So she was just like, I never did any traveling or whatever then. So I'm happy enough to come and, drop her off. She's off. Llanelli's the next biggest town. So she comes here like food shopping, and they both go to the gym down here and stuff like that. So
that's handy, isn't it?
So I said to her, look, well, I tell you what, I'll pay you what I would be paying if I was getting like the bus or whatever, and then call it fucking quits then, basically. So
fair play. Right, mate, that's me all done.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call it as well, because I was going to try and finish, but I'm fucking roasting in this room.
Yeah.
I need to call it a night as well. Fucking hell, it's nearly fucking 1 o'clock.
I know.
Is anybody still out there?
Sarah said good night now.
Is anybody alive out there? If Sarah said good night, there's not any point being, is there really?
No.
Nimble found the wrong hole. That's very clever. The mechanism on the MCT works great. Falling asleep. Good night, both. Good night, Papa Rex, if you're still here. Yeah, good night, Sarah. Papa Rex. So, Papa Rex, what we got you? I know Nimble's going to shoot, but what is it you're actually doing right now? Is Whittaky and Liam with you? What are you doing? Like, we're really keen to know, like, what you're up to at this present moment. And what's going on? What's everybody doing in the whole with the brick world gang? Really jealous they're not there, so we want to live vicariously through you for like 5 minutes before I go.
But yeah, I'm gonna shoot, buddy.
Yeah, no worries,
I'm hoping to be on the stream tomorrow, but like I say, I am out for food on the evening. The old man don't eat till late.
Right.
So we're having just having a takeaway at his. Going round in the morning to have breakfast, then going to the missus' parents for the day, and then back to my dad's on the night. So I just have to play it by ear, mate.
Yeah, let me know. Like I said, I chucked you on a thumbnail, but I wasn't 100% sure who was coming along anyway. So
yeah, I'll give you a text, mate. Want to know the crack.
Padawan said he might actually be on tomorrow as well.
Oh, fair play.
So there you go. Right.
All right. Nice one, mate.
Take it easy.
Ta-ra.
Right. Papa Rex, been sorting all my goodies and purchases in my room and about to head back down to the lobby. Oh, mate. Nice. Nice. Gonna grab a bite and see what happens next. Awesome. Sorting all my goodies and purchases. Yeah, I remember that. Because obviously I'll be sharing with, I'm not sure who you're sharing with, but I was sharing with Slurpee and Whittaky. So we basically I put all my stuff like away. Like I hung up my clothes and put my t-shirts in a drawer. Whereas I think Whittaky was living out of his suitcase. Slurpee was living out of his suitcase. They just had their suitcases with all their shit in it. And the place was a bit of a mess. But it didn't matter because we weren't spending a lot of time in the room. We were fucking about. And then like the TV unit thing, like it was like for us, it was like bed, sofa bed. And then we had the TV unit there with a chair. And basically all our stuff that we bought or purchased and Lego and Christ knows what else, minifigs, just all went across there. Fucking, it was like a fucking treasure trove. There was more there than the stuff we brought with us at one point. Just like fucking piled up, fucking lightsabers, bags of Lego and sets and fucking sig figs and fucking posters and everything you can fucking think of. You couldn't even see the TV. It was just all this fucking, like, not that we watched it anyway, but it was all fucking just shit everywhere. All the stuff we'd brought and to give away, and fuck. And I remember that last day when we were trying to pack before we left, and I was just trying to sort through it all. It was just so much shit. I'm so glad we ended up taking a bigger suitcase. There's no way I would have got all that in my baggage. Basically, I was bringing a small suitcase with me, and then when I was trying to pack, I was at the point where I was like, my suitcase is at its limit, and I've got a few things I would like to take, but I can't, and I've got no space to bring stuff back. And the majority of what I was taking that I wasn't going to be bringing back, like giving away to people or whatever, was like small stuff. And yeah, I knew I was going to probably end up buying a set or two. So I was like, yeah, this is too close to call. I'm not going to squash everything in. I'm gonna take a big case. We took a big suitcase, but rather than take two, I put this and repack. I put the small suitcase inside the big suitcase, and then I put a bunch of other stuff in there, just so that it wasn't like rolling around in there. I think I took like a jacket and stuff like that, just in case I needed it for on the way. I can't remember. I put something else in there, something to fill out the space, whatever. And then obviously coming back, then I did the same thing, but in all that empty space in the suitcase, the bigger suitcase, I still had the small suitcase inside the big suitcase, but all the extra space was for like all the extra stuff I bought, and it was practically full between my stuff and Wicky's stuff, because I put all his purchases in my suitcase with my stuff, and then the small suitcase was in the big suitcase, but that was just clothes and stuff. So, but yeah, trying to sort through all that crap between me, Slurpee, and Whittaky is like, whose is this? What's this? just so much crap. But anyway, and the worst part about it is all mine is still in the suitcase from last year. I haven't even unpacked any of it. But yeah, there's a good feeling about getting all those goodies. Gonna grab a bite, see what happens. I'm not sharing my room, fuck that. Oh, that's surprising. Oh. But obviously, if you're flush for cash, you probably don't need to. But for us, I think it was just that extra level of, like, you know, because obviously we had the show together, we were quite comfortable with each other, so it made sense. So it's not just about saving money, but it was about having that extra level of camaraderie or whatever. So I saved $100 by not checking bags, so not much room for sets. Got lots of minifigs, towels and accessories. So yeah, that stuff's not too bad, because sometimes you can get away with an extra bag going back. They say you're supposed to have one piece of luggage and then one carry-on, but like, don't say what size the carry-on could be. So I had like the band bag last time, and I took that. I had where was I flew to since Brickworld? Or maybe it was before Brickworld. I remember having the band bag. Where else would I have gone to? Where else have I flown since Chicago? Saying that, how long have I had the bag? Might have been before. Anyway, I remember having that drawstring bag as well as another bag. Oh no, it was Brickworld. So I was going out to Brickworld. So I had my suitcase, but I had a backpack with stuff in from the flight and like a change of clothes for when I got there, which I always do that. I don't really need to, but it's just in case anything happens with the suitcase, at least you've got a change of clothes. What I wanted to do, because it was a flight, I wanted to get there and get changed. Oh no, I tell you what it was. No, I wanted to get changed because it was such a long time between me leaving my parents' house in the morning. So I stayed with my parents the night before. I was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Because I got to theirs late in the evening, I wore the same clothes. I was only wearing them for like 2 hours. Got to theirs, got changed, went to bed, got up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. No, it must have been like 3, because my coach left at 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I had to get up, have breakfast. My dad drove me into Cardiff got on the coach. So I was wearing those same clothes. The coach got there at like 10. We had to be there like three hours before. So I changed in the airport before we got on the flight, so that I hadn't been wearing the same clothes for like 16 hours or whatever it would have been by the time we arrived. So I basically took a set of clothes with me. I think I might have had another change, like a fresh t-shirt and stuff as well, again, because when we landed and got back, in case anything happened, but also I like to have like fresh clothes, like fresh underwear and fresh t-shirt, so that when we land, yes, if anything's gone pear-shaped or if I'm particularly like uncomfortable, I can get changed. But Ken picked us up almost straight away, so I didn't need to do that. But when we got back to the hotel then, instead of having to waste time going through my suitcase and pulling something out, I just grabbed what was in my bag and just quickly changed my t-shirt. Anyway, so I had a backpack with stuff I wanted to take on the flight with me, like a couple of snacks, crossword book, that kind of thing. Then I also had the band bag with just like the stuff that I wanted to keep like with me, like most important stuff. So like the suitcase went in the hold, the backpack went above, and then I put the drawstring bag like underneath my seat for stuff that I would need like constantly. I can't even remember what it was just like bits and pieces. So yeah, effectively I had 2 carry-on bags. All that just to say I had 2 carry-on bags. Fuck hell. I don't know, I'm just talking nonsense now. I need to go to bed. I can hear Kirsty's still up, so I'm guessing she's still having problems with her shoulder. So my family was going to go but couldn't make it. Oh no. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, I think if I was to come back next year, I would probably be coming with at least Kirsty, possibly Maya as well. And I would probably just go. I'd still try and get there for like maybe Wednesday or Tuesday, hang out with the guys, but obviously do stuff with Kirsty and Maya, but go and see like Chicago as well at some point, like the city, either whilst there or before we get there. Stay for the weekend and then either head home or head off somewhere else, because we'd be making like at least a 2-week holiday out of it. So let's say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days of a 2-week holiday would be lost. So that would only give us 9 days to do other stuff. So yeah, it's unlikely. But yeah, that's if I come next year. If I come the following year, then obviously it'd probably just be me again. But if I come back, if I go next year, it would probably be as a trip, as a stop off. And I did say to Kirsty, I'd probably rather go, if I can only go for a couple of days, I'd rather go like Wednesday to Friday and then leave before the weekend, because the weekend gets so busy you can't really do a lot, or as much. But then it means you all got to buy those tickets. So I don't know, but yeah, because I think it just would warrant, like say for example we wanted to visit 3 states in that area. Let's say for example we wanted to do, I don't know, what's next to it, Iowa, Illinois and Indiana, 3 eyes, then we'd want to have a few days in each and something to do in each. So I would want to be doing flights in between, but I don't know. I would like to go with my family because I think, Maya would enjoy it. It wouldn't be quite the same experience, because a lot of the experience I got last time and would enjoy was just hanging out with the guys, being in the room, and that was where most of the fun was, is like in the room, getting ready, going back to the room, and the stuff we did together. Whereas if I was with my family, it wouldn't be quite the same. Still be enjoyable, still be fun, but you wouldn't have that same level of like, just being able to hang out or whatever. So, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night. So, day 110. Day 110 of streaming every day till we hit 1,000 subscribers. Guys, if you're watching this on replay and you've got through all of that shite and you're still here, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Don't subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the stream. Costs nothing. and appreciate you being here. And yes, I think it's the only time I've ever done in 110 days of streaming. It's the first time where I've got less subscribers at the end of the stream than what I did at the beginning of the stream. Go figure. Because even the ones where I do, generally I lose subscribers between streams because people might have subscribed and then realize, actually, I'm not interested in this, I'm gone. Or from me doing more content, people who are not haven't been interested for a while keep getting these reminders. Instead of switching the bell off, they're like, oh, I keep getting reminders off this guy and I don't even watch what he does. I'm going to unsubscribe. That I get. But during the stream, so who's tuned in during the stream and gone, nah, unsubscribe? It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. It's kind of, well, I'm not going to say it's not disheartening. It's just a bit like, because I would have worked hard for those 3 subs, and they're not necessarily the last 3 people. So it's not like 3 people have subscribed and then unsubscribed straight away. It could be people who've been subscribed since day one. But it is kind of disheartening when you're like, you've earned 3 and then lost 3 from somewhere else. But there you go. That is the life. Have a good night's sleep. I'll hunt down Woodkey tomorrow and say hi again. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Glad you're having a good time. Just see if you can wangle your way into popping on the stream at some point tomorrow, the show we're doing. And because you're a member, you can see it anyway. But go and check it out. That's what we're going to be covering tomorrow. There's a sneak peek on there of the thumbnail. So yeah, see if you can wangle your way onto there to have your say. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. And good night, everybody. We'll see you on tomorrow's stream. Usual show, episode 91. And also day 111. I'm streaming every day. Cooling Luke, 7 p.m. UK time. That's 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys there. And it's time. We'll do an outro. What should I do as my outro? Oh, there you go.